Okay. I always get confused. Am I live? I am live. Excellent connection. Live for 5 seconds. Okay. Hey guys. Man, I cough so much. I swear. It's like every single time that I stream or record or whatever, just something in my body is just like, man, I'm nervous. Alright, so I'm just starting off from where we ended it. I had to grab my notes immediately because I saw the shimmering light over there. I think that's the one where, oh man, does the guy keep taking my weirdness? I forget, but anyway. Hello all, hello Naomi. You are in fact first. Can you believe it? Alright, let's go to the shimmering light. I have a little bit of weirdness light left. Burn level. Hurry before it goes out. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm hoping to see the, what's his name, Clockwork. I think he has come to almost every stream. Well, maybe he was in the first, like the test. I don't remember. Okay. Well, this was probably a mistake to start off. So we have 2 stalkers. This enemy will become tougher when it has less than half its HP. It can reduce your armor and spawn a useless card. Whoa, that's terrible. Alright, they're the same. And then 2 abomination. You can't believe it's butter? You can't believe what's butter? Okay. Let's see. You're gonna have to remember everything again. Gain barrier equal to 100% of your current armor. That's not bad. I'm gonna have to negate almost 40 points of damage, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so I have Advanced Feint, which is really good. Advanced Feint will just get me out of this bad spot, so I'm just gonna play it. We're gonna do a Phantom Aid for another shot. I'm sorry for not getting the joke, I apologize. Alright, we need to kill this one fast. I deal crazy high damage. Alright, so he's gonna kill him as long as I don't kill this guy as well. I could also do a splitting shot, right? You know what, let's do a splitting shot instead. Alright, so all that's left is those 2. Well, I say all, but they are gonna be pretty rough. Alright. By the way, hello everyone. Man, we're already a third of the way there to the goal, which is 15 concurrent viewers. I know it jumps up and down sometimes, but... Okay, so I have a lot to block again. The Unbreakable Feints is just going to be enough on its own, so I'm just going to play it safe and... Oh, it played twice. Okay, so I have tons of block, so I have no concern whatsoever anymore. Let's bring in the weird coated arrows. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to focus one down. Probably gonna be the way to go. Alright, he's not at half health. That's when things get scary. Demon Strength, saving that for a tougher enemy. Alright. Feints should probably be good enough, for sure. 40. Okay. Do a quiver for extra damage. Alright, so he's below the threshold, so now he's dealing a ton of damage. So about 25 and 14, so about 40, yeah, so we should be just about right. Unless I get unlucky. But I do have a cover shot, so... Oh, I do not have a cover shot. Alright, we're looking good. Could do blind attack. Spiritual blows isn't too bad of a call. Also agile draft. They both cost me 0, so I could get a ton of arrows here. That sure is a lot of shots. Let's do it. I'm just gonna burn through those though. We have an acid shot, I'll use it. Then I'm gonna bring in the weak shots, because one should kill him. So what's left is this fellow. Let's do an Unbreakable Feint. Alright, I'm looking good. Alright. let's see. Let's do another aid. Lower the armor and just hit, and dead. That went way too easily. Oh good, we have an Ethel. Oh perfect. Ooh, but do I want to do this? Each card played increases 5%. So if I do merge it, then that means that it's weaker. Or, well, that means I can only put it in one. So it'll be a little bit weaker then. I'm probably going to have to put in a different runestone then. Alright, I'll do it. It's more important to have more armor, I think. Now I have to choose one of these though. Every turn increase everyone's damage. No way. Every 3 turns max damage. In the first turn of combat, increase your damage by 50. First 2 turns of combat, increase by 75. Yeah, let's do that. First 2 turns will be quite deadly. Alright, shimmering light.
There's an old saying, all that glitters is cold.
Yes, we have seen this before, so I'm going to follow the light.
You can still see the light, yet the distance between you and it never seems to close. There's no telling whether it's real or a figment of your imagination. Strange and twisted growths complicate your journey further. They crowd the path and taint the air, making it difficult to breathe.
Lovely. Alright, lost 3 health. I guess I'll try again. Same thing. How far do I want to go? Probably 5 times.
Leaves rustle, twigs snap, and suddenly a mysterious creature emerges. Your heart skips. A dazzling light, the very same glow you've been following, shines from a cavity in the creature's chest. The creature raises its hand and extends a wicked claw in your direction.
Okay, so I wrote this one down. If I wait or run... Well, if I wait, he calls me a coward. So let's just fight this guy.
Persevering this far proves that you are brave, human.
The creature speaks with a voice like silence coalescing over a long-forgotten battlefield.
Raising a blade against me. Even braver.
The light within the creature's chest burns brighter.
Once my worshippers were brave like this. They brought me to this place. We rode the waves on the huge wooden ships, and then they disappeared. Left me here, all alone.
You sense the creature's anger rising.
I could use you, but if you refuse, I will feed on your soul.
I don't have a choice.
Bring me my eyes. They were stolen from me. My own worshippers took them.
Ravens flock and wheel above him, their violent screams accenting his last words. Could these birds serve as his sight? And what kind of worshippers would steal from their deity?
Find them. Find my worshippers. Look for them in the trees, hanging from the branches, just like I used to hang many moons ago.
The creature touches your forehead. A sudden flash of light blazes behind your eyelids.
And this will help you understand the words of the dead.
As he speaks the last words, he disappears into the weirdness.
Okay. So this guy is a forgotten god. Interesting. Well, I wish I had a pencil. I'll just have to remember. Then write it down later. Okay. So, let's head back over here. Looks like still within the range of that. I guess I'll go to the Roaming War Band. Just 2 of them. Great. 2 Juggernauts. If all its hits miss, it will deal 2 times more hits the next turn. Otherwise, it will deal 2 less. Its damage will increase with every % of lost health. Ooh. So I need to kill him instantly, right? I need to obviously just avoid DM entirely. Oh man, that's not nice. Well, I definitely need to bring in Phantom's Aid. I need to have something defensive. I guess I'm just gonna have to focus one down, but he's gonna just deal more. But luckily I have a lot of armor. Is fine? Yeah. Yeah. I could do that, but I actually don't need to. He's almost dead. Almost dead. It's one tiny hit. So a splitting shot would do it for me. Looks like all I have is high ground, my guaranteed card for defense. 37 would be enough for now. But as soon as I start hitting him, it's not going to be the case. I do have a smoke shot. Is he immune? No, he's not. So I'm going to have to use a smoke shot for sure. Okay. Let's do a splitting shot. Kill the 2. He is going to be frozen at the end, so I don't need to worry about it. Let's do acid, shadow, and he's dead. Wow. I'm just too good. Just too good. Alright. What do we have? Attrition. Lovely. Reduce enemies' damage by 25% and gain 10% damage. Not my favorite. What? It's identical, right? Yes, it is. It says that way twice, and then attritional strike. Deal 1 hit for 100% damage and reduce enemies' damage by 50. I don't really like that too much. Deal a hit and stun. Gain 50 armor this turn, followed by plus 50 damage the next one. I don't really like these too much. I am tempted to just skip. I don't think that attrition is good enough yet, so I'm going to skip these. Because I actually get stuff for skipping at this point as well, so it's not completely pointless. Alright. Well, well, well. Futhark again.
Hello, noble knight. For a moment, I thought you might be my mother, finally returning. Silly me. I haven't seen her for a while, but that's okay. I have my stones. Do you want some?
Yeah, I'll take 3 random commons. Thank you. A bunch of calc. Wonder if I can upgrade. Sure can. Nice. Combine rune stones. I forget. What does this one do? Yeah, not very useful. Okay. We got 2 eel as well. Yeah, so if I get 3 more calc, then I'll get a level 3, which obviously would be nice. Okay. Thank you, Futhark. This isn't the boss, right? This is just the Treasure Guardian, Roaming Warband. Alright, I think that he's within the range of the milestone, so let's just go for it. Right, the Suffering Lady. So if I hit her, she starts to attack. Ogre, this enemy will attack only once every few turns. Defending against its attack will severely damage your armor. So I should probably just try to kill him as fast as I possibly can. Because I don't have to deal with blocking. Which is really nice. Yeah, let's start with the Shadow Shot. Get a shot of hope. In case we draw something pleasant. Nope. And then we'll just shoot a few times. 1. We already have spiritual blows. Let's do it. I can't kill him in 1 round, can I? No. No. Okay. Kind of close, surprisingly. Alright. Let's see. So I want to do another Phantom's Aid. I need to have enough to be able to block because I'm going to be attacking them now. I don't want to do Splitting Shot because that'll awaken them both, which I do not want to do. I also don't want to do Blind Fury. Let's do a draft. I'll save the Acid Shot for one of the ladies. Great. So now we need to do an Unbreakable Feint to avoid taking too much damage. I swear, the Sentinel is really good. I enjoy playing as a Sentinel. Alright, back to healing, which is kind of useless for her. Do another acid, I guess? I don't really need to, though, right? We'll probably just do 2 shots. Yeah, let's just do that. Oh, yeah, just shoot her. I could stun. Yep. Oh, she was immune to stun. Did not know that. Huh. Interesting. Alright, well, we're going to kill her, though. Could do unbreakable feints. Could do high ground. I'll just do a couple regular shots, see how close we are. Yeah. Okay, another level up. We're just leveling up like crazy. Somersault to draw a maneuver. Corrosive weaponry, draw 2 toxic shots, which do 50% damage, reduce armor by 50 until the end of combat. That's crazy good. Deal 1 damage for 0%. Increase by 50% for each card played when this card is in hand. I mean, that would be a pretty big hit. What are the other things? Draw maneuver, draw 2 reducing energy, draw 4 reducing energy. Let's do corrosive weaponry. Being able to reduce 100 armor is way too good. Alright, after playing an arrow, gain 5 armor this turn. I don't like the this turn part. Increase the minimum damage you deal by 3, not too bad. Each hit dealt by the Phantom reduces target's armor by 1 until the end of combat. So that's pretty much with every shot, as well as the ultimate. Minimum damage increased by 3 is pretty good as well, but yeah, you know what? I'll do Terrifying Presence. There we go. Another eel, which can merge. Nice. Awesome. Perfect. Kind of. And it does give me the meta progression. Tainted Altar.
As you get closer to the altar, a man in a dark robe appears out of nowhere.
You're not worthy. Go away.
What?
Exactly what I said. You're not worthy of being here. Not unless you're an acolyte of the Whisper.
Okay. Acolyte of the Whisper. So I don't know if I can do anything. I'm just gonna have to find her in the future. Alright, let's look around. Where is it? There's the milestone. That must be the final boss here. I probably do want to burn a candle, complete maybe even all 4 of these fights. It might be a lot, but that's probably what I'm gonna do. And there's like 7. Alright, another Juggernaut. So he deals more damage if he doesn't hit me. We have a Bone Idol. When killed, this enemy will steal one of your cards. However, it will just disappear if there are no allies in the battlefield. So I just want to leave the Bone Idol. Tormented Grub. This enemy will deliver simple attacks and spawn smaller grubs after death. So I want to focus the Juggernaut down. Absolutely. What do we get here? Reduce damage, armor of all enemies by 25 until the end of combat. Really nice. So we draw 2 more cards. Let's remove their armor. That will help a lot. I don't really like Blind Fury here. Okay, let's do Phantom's Aid. Dealing extra damage from the get-go. Let's see. We probably should do a cover shot. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do that and high ground, sadly, which I really don't want to do. I could also just smoke shot the Tormented Grub. That would make it they just need the cover shot. Oh, but he also deals extra damage with every hit. Right. Alright, let's see what we can do. He's dead. Didn't even have to worry about it. Alright. Settled. I'm dealing too much damage. Okay. We'll do Weird Coated. We can probably just... Yeah, we can just focus him down. For sure. Yeah. Let's just do a regular. Regular. Alright, so he's dead, leaving his smaller grubs. Ooh, killed him too. Alright, let's see. Probably want to do a Phantom's Aid, probably an arrow bag. We're going to be able to take some shots, but I'm probably gonna have to do something defensive. I mean, the Mastered Feint, ugh, that's, I feel like that's too much. But I guess I'll do it just for safety purposes, because I don't think I can kill them all. Yeah, just kill the little guys. Alright. So I can absolutely target him down. Toxic shots is going to make it a little bit of overkill. Ooh, so close. I guess we'll just do an agile draft to kill the last one. And then he disappears. We level up again. Gnawed Foot. Escape from combat. Doesn't work during legendary story encounters. Yeah, I guess I'll keep it. Oh, or story encounters. Okay, but then maybe I won't keep it. The draw card, I guess I'll do... I might put the blood candle in there. Just in case I feel like doing it. Okay. Hey, kid childs. Hola. There we go. Alright, muscle rupturing shot. Deal 300% damage. Next turn, draw 2 less cards. I don't like that too much. What else do we have? Bombardment. Multi-shot. Dealing damage increased for each arrow in hand. I only have one multi-shot, so it's not a bad idea. Draw 0 weak shots. 1 for each 2 ultimate charges. Man, oh man. I don't like this too much. I used to back in the day, but I think I'm just... Ugh. I could take the muscle rupturing shot, though. 2 less cards. I think I'm actually okay with this. Let's try it out. Alright, need another tier. Yeah, I'm still playing the Archer dude. Well, this is... I don't think I've streamed since I last saw you. I decided I'm just going to be playing this with you guys. I mean, playing this through entirely, I don't even know how many hours it would take.
The cemetery is not a place you should linger, especially this close to the weirdness.
Yeah, but I mean, since it's like such a long game, and also since it is roguelite, I figured it's kind of a good game to stream because, you know, it's like as long as you get the basic concept of the game, like you'll understand what's going on for the most part. Except for like these side quests might feel.
You didn't notice the shift, but suddenly, instead of walking among human graves, you now walk among rugged, gigantic plates of weird stone. It seems to form a labyrinth of sorts, but you can't see any pattern to it. This place looks like a cemetery of giants, or perhaps of the Four Dwellers. Did the Four Dwellers bury their dead? Whatever this place is, lingering here doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah, it is a pretty fun game. I mean, I enjoy it, but again, it's very long, and you have to really love Tainted Grail storytelling. And I would say that the storytelling in Conquest is very similar to the board game, like the way that they handle it. Because it's just kind of like a really odd story, and then they kind of build on it, and then they kind of add to it. It's like quirky and strange stuff.
A feeling of inexplicable power shivers up your spine. You've never felt anything like this before.
Okay, so I got 20 max health. So sometimes they hurt me, sometimes they don't, if I remember right. I think that it's like 50-50. I'm sure that there's like a wiki that would tell me, but I feel like that's cheating. Oh yeah, we have the Provider. Never seen him before. Ooh, Sizable Knight. This is the one. Okay, so the Sizable Knight, in the quests, this guy's a glutton, and he needs a ton of meat. I currently have 13 pieces. I might try to end with him, just in case, like, maybe the Provider has some. Who knows? Yeah, true. There is a lot of that. Yeah, I think that the those side quests, it really is entertaining. I like the writing. I like the voice actress. She's pretty cool. So yeah, I do enjoy it. Like that was the biggest selling point for me personally. Okay, hopeless mutation. I don't remember this one. This enemy's attacks ignore all types of defense. Okay, this looks very similar to the human mutation from earlier. This enemy will resurrect its allies. Ooh. Increases its damage and... Oh man, they're all individuals I have to focus down. I'm gonna have to end with the Tormented Grub. Huh. And what would be nice is if I'm able to kill the Necromancer followed by the Hopeless Mutation, followed by the Corrupted Giant. But I'm gonna have to kill them in about 4 rounds. That's a lot to ask for. I don't want to burn my demon strength. I didn't draw a whole lot of cards. I am tempted to draw a card. Yeah, I'm also gonna have to be focusing on defense here. Alright, let's draw a Phantom Aid. Luckily we start with a couple of ultimate charges so I can at least bring in the weird coded arrows. Alright, let's focus him down. He does require me to deal a boatload of damage though. Okay, let's bring this in. Alright, splitting shot is fine. We do have a stun available, which is what I'm gonna have to do. I could also draw. He deals the most. Also, I'm gonna be able to kill him in the following round. Oh, I thought they would have gotten that barrier before they hit. That's a shame. Okay. Alright, let's do an advanced feint before things get too hairy. Alright. One more should kill him? Ooh, not quite. I don't want to do it random, though. Alright, let's do a corrosive weaponry. Do a hit, and then... Yeah, I guess he's the next priority. I don't want him to explode because he ignores all blocks. Yeah, Tainted Grail, they really take a lot of literary license. And many times it's hard to tell, like, when they're trying to be more accurate or when they don't care as much. Because it's like, it is true. A lot of it is just very incorrect. So I have to, like, get used to that. Because I'm one that I really care about consistency. Like, whenever I watch a show or movie or whatever, it's very important to me that the writers are consistent. And that is not common. So it is kind of the same thing or similar thing with this as well. They're not crazy consistent, or at the very least, it makes me wonder if, like, you know, if they did think about continuity. Not just with traditional lore, but also like between games. Alright, so he's gonna be able to get shot down. I should probably do the spiritual blows, because that's a fair bit of damage. 2 of these will kill him. Now all we have is the grub. I might actually be able to kill him if I do acid shot, but I shouldn't take the risk. Oh, actually, he has extra damage, or armor. Huh, okay. Then let's do it, mate. Oh, I didn't realize. I thought I only had 1 energy left. And I was able to knock him down. So, win-win, huh? Okay, gain 50% damage this turn, gain 10 armor. Doesn't matter too much. Let's see. Let's do... Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of drafting. Yeah, let's... we should bring everything in. I guess I'll do 2 more arrows in hopes that it's useful. Yeah. Alright, splitting shot. I should be able to kill them. Yep, I did. You know what, let's do Blind Fury. Ooh, so close. Alright. Hey, Clockwork. to let you know. But I appreciate it a lot. I do appreciate it a lot. I understand that the Gremlins couldn't make it. I appreciate them as well. But yeah, and I understand having to do yard work. That is good luck. Have fun. I hope it's nothing too bad. Oh my goodness. Like sometimes, like whenever somebody says yard work, occasionally it's just like, oh yeah, I just need to do some weeding. But then other times it's like, hey, do you mind like uprooting this tree? And it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, standoff, draw 2 arrows, gain 50 barrier. That's pleasant. Finishing shot is a 200% damage attack. Standoff I might prefer, but this is only 2 ultimate charges. What do we have here? Hidden potential, getting energy, followed by losing 50 armor. Sounds awful. Yeah, just build an entire porch for me, please. Yeah, there's this one lady that I help occasionally with like random things because like her husband passed away a couple years ago, so I've helped her out, and occasionally it's like very simple stuff where it's just like, oh yeah, I just need some help cleaning the gutters. That's fine, whatever. But then occasionally she just doesn't tell me, and then I show up and it's like she has a laundry list of things that she wants done. It's like, you got to be kidding me. This is a favor. Like let's dial it down a notch. But because it's just so much work. But I don't know. But I understand. I'd rather do it over the course of 2 days. We're going to take the barrier just so I'm able to do 2 things at once whenever I pick up the cards. In the first turn of combat, draw 2 additional arrows. Ooh. So I already draw 1 additional arrow. Actually, let me see. Man, look at all this stuff. This is crazy. Yeah, I have a swift draw. Every turn, every turn draw 1 additional arrow. Then this would make it 2 in the first turn. Okay. Each hit has a 10% chance to reduce enemy armor by 5. That's too unlikely, too rare. If it was every 10 hits, maybe I'd be a little bit more interested. Each hit has a 10% chance to deal 50% more damage. Yeah, that's also one that's harder. I mean, that's better than Rupturing Shot for sure. Okay, either 2 additional arrows to guarantee being able to deal damage in the first turn. You know what? Let's do critical hit. I rarely do that. Let's do it. Distract me. Let's go. I'm getting lucky with those runestones, like getting a large number of them. Alright, hello provider. Can you get me some meat?
The path you walk doesn't seem to be out of the ordinary, yet suddenly you hear strange, loud voices resembling a choir.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I took the critical hits. We'll see if it works. Provide. We need to provide.
Oh, shut up, you damn parasites.
Now you see them, all of them. An old lady carrying a lot of strange things on her back, and a crew of men trudging after her. All are bald and half naked. Some push a carriage filled with things you can't quite make out.
Blessed be my soul, stranger. Alive at that. Thanks to the All-Mother.
She gives you a broad smile and waddles towards you.
Okay, who are the... Well, yeah, who are they? That is very curious.
We're on our way to the battlefield with supplies for the army, but it seems we lost our way when this strange fog trapped us last night.
It seems that she didn't notice that members of her crew have been dead for quite a while now.
The wizard Merlin was supposed to lead our troops with Sir Galahad. We were to meet them somewhere around here.
Okay. Okay, so I have a quest with her, which I suppose I should probably do. Tell you that there's no war anywhere. Okay, do you know someone named Horin?
Her voice suddenly becomes cold as ice.
Yes, I know that name. He kept saying that our journey is pointless, that we're heading for certain death, serving people we've never even seen. At some point, everyone was sick of him and our men were on edge, tired, starving. They threatened him, saying that if he didn't stop, he'd be the next meal. Same night, he left his spear behind and disappeared, and we haven't heard from him since.
She starts rummaging for something in her bags.
Here, that's the spear. I've no use for it, and frankly, the further away you take this token of disgrace, the better.
All right. Well, I'll tell her that there's no war anywhere near.
You try to explain that the battle she's trying to find must be a thing of the past. Of some past, at least. For all you know, Merlin could be dead, and there's no war happening in this reality. She looks at you with sadness, as if her hope or purpose has been shattered by your truth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's see about a random consumable.
I guess sharing some of these things can't hurt.
Ugh,
Here, take a look.
I don't know if I like these. Concentrated oil is nice, but that is something where I'm gonna have to think ahead of time. Also, it's to the point that I deal close to 400% damage, so dealing an additional 100%, I mean, it's nice, of course, but it's not going to be as game-changing unless I really calculate it out. I don't think I like any of these. I guess I'll do draw a card in case I'm in a bad position, though. I'm not getting anything else. Right. I was almost hoping for some meat. Also, I do need a healing potion. I'm kind of low. The brother of the bard. Okay. Alright. Just looking through. Alright. So the provider is done. That must be the treasure guardian. Alright, you know what? Maybe I'll just... Yeah, I don't see a hunting spot. I don't remember what that is. That might... I wonder if that's like a hunting lot. Not sure. You know what? I'll just do it. I'll just trade in all my meat. Because then I don't have to worry about it. Alright. This enemy will deliver more hits each turn unless it's stunned. Right. Deals extra hits every time I block all his damage. This enemy will spawn totems to buff his allies with various effects. Whew. Alright. This is a lot of damage that they're dealing. About 30. And as I hit him, it's going to reach about 40 or 50. I could just leave the Juggernaut there and focus on the Reaver. The Reaver's going to be a little bit rough. I think that's going to be the way to go. Yeah, let's do a feint, because that'll help me. I'll be able to dodge everything. I am tempted to do a splitting shot, since they're all in play right now. But let's first do that. Yeah, and if I bring in more arrows, I don't have any energy to play them, so... do one of those, and you know what, let's do a splitting shot. He'll deal a little bit more damage, but I have a lot of armor. That is perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't mind communicating with anybody. And hello, partner. Yeah, the shaman has never given me big issues as long as I shoot them down fast enough. But we will see. Especially with the sentinel. The sentinel just kills them quickly enough that we're typically okay. The only problem really is the Juggernaut and the Reaver. If they wait too long, they're going to be a little bit absurd. Alright. Let's see here. Weird Coated Arrows is interesting. I think it'll start that way. Luckily I have a smoke shot if things go bad. I might just, you know, he's not attacking, so I might just go all in on dealing damage. Will that be enough? Might not. Let's do a sharp shot to guarantee it. Ooh, wasn't guaranteed. Let's think. I'm probably going to want to do the corrosive weapon right here. Alright, hope shot, or shot of hope. Yeah, let's shoot. If I do the acid, that means I can't play corrosive weaponry. Yeah, that's important. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway, because spiritual blows is zero. That old. Yeah, it is a really fun game. I mean, honestly, it is. Quake and Realms did really good with it. Like, in terms of like a, you know, Slay the Spire like game, I think that they do really good. And also, if you like Tainted Grail lore, I think it just is a lot of fun to play through. Flare Shot. Place redirect effects on the chosen enemy. I don't think I like that. Future Shot. I don't think I like any of these all too much. Redirect is nice if I draw Blind Fire or Splitting Shot, or if I get my multi-shot, which I rarely use, by the way, the Arrow Storm. Yeah, well, right. If you've been interested in tactics games, this would be good. Yeah. Sorry, I got a message from the Discord survey. Yeah, I think that this is a pretty good game. I mean, there are a few games not exactly similar, but, you know, like Celtic, Arthurian Legend that are tactical, and I've played a few. They're pretty good, but yeah, this one is very good. On the Future Shot, I guess that this is good if I do a shot, because then this will let me defend right after. Let's do it. Alright, cracked here. That's good. We have another merge, giving us more stuff. Alright, sizable knight. So he wants a bunch of food.
As you journey through the forest, you hear a peculiar sound. It's like claws or teeth raking against metal, mingled with what sounds like the whine of a dog. Instead of a dog, a mighty knight approaches. He's mighty in every sense of the word, especially in size.
You. I haven't smelled you before. I am hungry. So hungry. Do you taste good? Can I eat you?
No. A certain druid asks you to come back. That is true.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm hungry.
Gently refuse to be eaten. I'm not gonna tell him to bite himself. That's okay. No thank you.
I understand. Though it's strange, every creature in my path agrees to be eaten. Perhaps you crossed them as well and saved some meat for me. Something to spare for such an occasion, like our meeting here.
Is this a game with the Nakalave? I'm a huge fan of folklore and whatnot, and this seems chock full of it. I don't think that there's a Nakalave in this one. The Nakalave is in Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. This one is Tainted Grail Conquest. So this was made like a couple years before. So I think that they decided to create or add the Nakalave later on. But yeah, I don't remember it in this one at least. I haven't played it in so long, Tainted Grail Conquest, so I can't say definitively.
The knight looks at you impatiently.
Alright, he wants some food. Here's 10.
Tasty. That's good meat. I accept it as an offering. You may leave now.
Okay, I'll just leave then. I believe that if you give him little, then he attacks you. Ooh, I got a smoke bomb and consecrated oil. Alright, I'll leave. I'm not gonna be mean. Even though he is kind of a cannibal. Okay. Where to go? I guess I'll deal with him next. Followed by the ogre. Right, 3 werewolves. Man, this is a lot of damage, isn't it? Alright, 20, 40, 60 damage incoming, almost. Each attack performed by this enemy will charge its special attack. Ooh, okay. That is a lot of damage. Alright, I'm probably going to have to do a feint and a high ground, which I do not want to do. Let's see. What is valid? Well, let's see where we're at after playing a feint. While playing the feint, I avoid 47, and now they deal about 25 and 16. So what is that, 41? Okay, so I'm good now. Alright. Let's do a Phantom's Aid. Let's toss this on a small guy. The splitting shot. Hit him. I can afford spiritual blows, I guess I'll do it. Oh, and I played it twice. Okay, well, that'll make this a lot easier. I don't need to kill him here. I might wait in case I get something that's a random attack the following round, because I can block it. Okay. Pungent Cloud. Lovely. Huh. For how long? Be careful when it reaches level 3. Okay, so in 2 rounds, we're going to be doing something very deadly. Fantastic. I only have 1 defensive card. That's not good. Not good at all. But luckily I can kill 2 of them here. Alright. If I do the future shot, that lets me play the high ground for free. Yeah. Alright, let's do a Phantom's Aid. I guess we'll do an arrow bag. Alright. Let's do a future shot that should kill him. No. Well, it might. It did. Alright, so high ground is free. We'll play that. Hopefully I can kill him. Okay. Then we'll shadow shot. Injuring the big guy. Good old werewolves. By the way, out of curiosity, Clockwork's partner. So I don't know if you or him have played, what's it called? Thea the Awakening. Sometimes Tainted Grail, especially Tainted Grail Conquest, it does remind me of that with like the storytelling aspects. Like there's tons and tons of like mini side quests and stuff like that. And it's also an apocalyptic world, so it does remind me of that a lot. Let's see. I'll do a Phantom's Aid. Weird coated arrows. We're just gonna focus him down. I guess I'll save Blind Fury for the end in case he's gonna survive this. He might. He absolutely is. Okay, well let's do a Mastered Feint then. A little excessive. Let's see, he's dealing a lot of damage and he's doing a debuff. It doesn't say what the debuff is. This is just... Okay, it's just that he's doing his most powerful attack, huh? Okay, middle ground. Alright, let's do some corrosive weaponry. We're gonna hit him a couple times with this to see where we can get him to. Minus 140. That's pretty low. Yeah, but I can't get enough arrows, or enough good ones, probably. Okay, if I do an Unbreakable Feints, that'll keep me safe. Alright, let's do an arrow bag and see what gets drawn. Cover shot isn't going to be helpful enough. Man, I don't... he's immune to stun. I don't know if I can kill him with one shot, and I shouldn't risk it, so let's just do an Unbreakable Feint. I wonder if I can do middle ground. I kind of want to play this. This is 36 to 42. This is about right. Yeah, 42, so I'm good. Or werewolf covered in tumors. Yeah, that does look very tumory. But he's also attacking me, so I don't feel too terrible. Dead. Ah, so close to level 20. Once you get to 20, you get another of the, like, really helpful passives. I forget what it's called, like a mastery passive. That'd be nice.
You found what was protected by this beast when you filled your pockets up to the brim with gold. 3 ethereal chests materialize in front of you. Bringing your hand towards one of them causes the others to shimmer and blur.
All right. 3 options again. I think these are the same as before. So I can unlock a new weapon slot, which my current rune gives me 25% additional damage for each slot filled. That would be an additional 20, so that's just straight up better than gain 2 damage. It's either gain 10 armor, which would be really nice, or another weapon slot. I don't know. In the words of who said it? Anakin Skywalker, that a good offense is the best defense. So let's do that. All right. Let's see what we want to put in for the rune. There aren't too many good ones. I don't want to do the Cracked Man. That's too dangerous. Every 2 turns you always deal maximum damage. It's not very helpful. In the first turn, draw 2 additional cards, reduce the cost by 1. I guess that's what I'm going to go for. I don't like it much, but it's alright. And again, it helps the polished Gur, so. Alright. Let's see. I have to go to him next. I guess I'm going to have to burn 1 more. So I can wait a moment. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to burn 1 more of these. Should I do it now? I guess I could wait, man. I'm so stingy. Am I too stingy? Okay, we have a Faith Healer and we can heal its allies. That's fine. Primeval Grub. Simple attacks and spawn smaller grubs after death. We have a Deranged Red Priest. It creates barrier on protected allies. He's actually pretty easy to kill, so maybe I'll focus him down. If somebody will attack once every few turns, defending against it will severely damage your armor. We want him to die as well. Alright. Let's see, what do we want to do? Let's do a Phantom's Aid, getting us more damage. Let's see, yeah, he just needs 2 shots to die, which is really nice. Let's do an Arrow Bag. Kind of hoping for... No, I didn't get it. Oh, well, Cover Shot isn't a bad thing either. I was kind of hoping for Future Shot to decrease the cost of the maneuver, but I guess I could just do Low Ground so I could get to the good side of it. Let's do that. So I'm going to be able to avoid that hit. Let's kill him. Oh, I didn't realize this cost 0. That was a mistake. There we go. Okay. Let's just focus on the Ogre, trying not to die from the Primeval Grub. Sounds easy. Pop that in. Hit the Ogre. How close? Alright, so now we got Agile Draft, which I want to absolutely play. Future Shot would be good. It'll let me play High Ground if I need to, which I probably will. Could also do Trap. I don't need to do random hits. Turning Shot. Let's do a Heavy Shot. And yeah, High Ground. Alright. Ooh, that's not good. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to play the Tainted Force. I don't want to lose health because I'm kind of low. Losing 15 health is not good, so I'm gonna have to play Tainted Force. But first, let's do Middle Ground. I'm gonna have to play this in a moment. Yeah, I doubt I'm gonna be able to kill this guy. It's close. Oh, I did. Perfect. And then we'll give him some barrier. I'll wait. Yes, a very angry little grub boy. Just a little angry grub boy. And he spawns more after I kill him. So even angrier. I could just, I mean, a standoff would be nice in this case. Alright, let's do a Phantom Aid to start, though. Let's focus on the healer. Whoops. Ooh. Splitting shot would hit them both. I can do that, and then I'll get the barrier, not get hit. And yeah, it is a grub. Primeval grub. Okay. Bring in Phantom's Aid, reducing armor. I'm a little bit tempted to do the Arrow Storm, but if I do the Arrow Storm, I'm absolutely going to get hit, is the problem. Alright, returning shot. We're going to have to do low ground and also cover shot. Oh, never mind. That was played twice, so we're good. Do a shot and splitting shot, why not? So it depends on the class, Kid Childs. So if you're playing an archer, pretty much, they have an ability called Agile Movement. So all barrier lasts only one turn. If you start with negative armor, gain barrier equal to 50% of your missing armor. So, but the summoning classes, which there's 3 of them, they keep their barrier for the following turn. And then there's also like the melee classes, the weird hunters. They also retain their barrier. So it's just for this guy, he's not able to keep it. Well, and also the 2 other classes that are archers, but yeah. I think. It's been a little while, I think all 3 of them are the same way. Pretty sure. Okay, another Phantom's Aid. Removing his armor. Let's do a Shot of Hope, because it cost me nothing. Alright, Arrow Bag hitting. Let's do a future shot on that little one. That little guy. And I guess we'll just save the future shot for later, because they're not dealing damage to us. Alright, now there's 2 tormented grub boys. Alright, so if I do not play this, I will lose 50% damage the following round. That's not okay. We can probably survive with just an unbreakable feint. Let's hit one of these guys for a piddly attack. And then we're going to bring in Phantom's Aid. Let's do an Agile Draft and see what we get. Heavy Shot would be nice. And Spiritual Blows. Where is the one that reduces armor? I lost it. There you are. Start that way. Then do some hits. I could do Acid Shot. I guess I will. Alright, that was a crit. Nice. Well, they're pretty low. Alright. Then 25 damage in total. I'm probably going to want to do a middle ground because it's not as useful. Looks like. I could also just do a standoff because that gives me some barrier. Maybe I'll do that. Standoff, let's do weird coated arrows, and then Phantom Aid. So we're good. I believe, yep, we're at 50. Okay. And then we'll just shoot whomever. Nice. Yeah, they keep splitting and splitting and splitting, but luckily, they don't deal that much damage, so we're okay at the moment. I might even be able to kill him with one splitting shot. Ah, not quite. Little guys. Poor, tormented. Well, now it's just a flesh-eating man. He's no longer tormented. I'm no longer putting him out of his misery. Just an innocent flesh-eating maggot. Well, would you look at that? Level 20. We can't go beyond level 20 if I remember right. So I think that we're stuck with whatever we choose from here on out. Okay. Let's see. Volley, multi-shot, enemies for 75% damage. If this upgrades really well, I might take it. Goes to 100, goes to 125. Not bad. I'd have to start that way more than likely, which is the only problem. Like, I need this to be only costing 1, and it just isn't. Draw 2 arrows from the grave. None of my arrows go to the grave, I don't think. Since this is my last level up, I am tempted to reroll. I think I will. Now I only get 2. Multi-shot enemies for 50% damage. Okay. Goes to 100%. Shot of Destiny. Deal 1 damage for 0% damage, increased by 50 for each card played when this card is in hand. Alright, I'll take Shot of Destiny. Sounds cool. Alright, the final mastery. These are all very good, or at least they should be. So first off, we have the Path of the Keeper. Each hit by the ultimate ability also triggers an additional hit from your phantom. Okay. I think that should say hit. But anyway. So essentially, whenever I do the ultimate ability, I attack twice. Well, for each charge I attack twice instead of 1. So if I have the ultimate ability completely filled, I hit him for 15 times or something. I do 15 attacks, but having this would make it 30. Path of the Assassin. Man, it's kind of bleeding into the other one. Ultimate ability targets all enemies instead of random ones. Killing an enemy with an ultimate grants you 3 charges. I do like the sound of that, because it's easier to gain the ultimate. The only problem is in boss fights, it depends on the boss. Sometimes it's nice, but sometimes it's where like it's not going to do anything. Ooh. Wow. Interesting. So, as Kid Childs was just talking about, so I can get Path of the Protector, so now barriers aren't destroyed after 1 turn. All barriers are 75% weaker. Oh man, that sounds pretty nice. You can skip? That'd be terrible. Well, Path of the Assassin is good to be able to get the ultimate charges. I don't use it often enough because I keep using my quivers. I think Path of the Assassin would make I probably would more often. But Path of the Protector is just helps so much with defending. Yeah, 75% weaker is pretty bad. But being able to keep it is nice. Yeah, I will say that if it was like 50% weaker, I think that this would be very different. I might just take it. Well, obviously if it's like 25% weaker, then... But yeah, I guess that is true. So if I play an Unbreakable Feint at the moment, I get like, what is it, like 45... armor or something like that, or no, I get more than that, like 50. Then this would make it getting close to like 15, 16, 17 with 1. I get to retain it. Yeah, maybe I'll do Path of the Assassin. Path of the Keeper sends look button to find. Yeah, well, I mean that is true. If you're able to really focus down on getting your ultimate up, it will deal absurd amounts of damage. I mean, you saw what I did with 1 shot, and 1 shot deals, you know, especially if you're able to increase your damage enough, it gets close to 50 damage. So if you do that 30 times, then you're dealing over 1,000 damage by doing the ultimate, which is absurd. You know what? Yeah. Well, okay, I'll let you guys decide. How about, I mean, I know I only have 3 viewers right now. Wow. Really, really crushing it. But, yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think I should take the Path of the Keeper or the Assassin? Yeah, so the Assassin targets all enemies when using the ultimate, and I gain 3 charges with every kill. In addition to what I already have. Or each hit dealt by the ultimate also triggers an additional hit from your Phantom, so I guess it would deal just double damage then. I mean, I guess, double damage, especially if it's completely full, is pretty crazy. Yeah, that is true. In the next act, having Path of the Assassin could be helpful. Because it's like, it is more important for like the little fights, but also because it's like the finale, the very, very last boss is one person. So the Path of the Assassin is completely useless for the last boss. And that's the only thing that is like making it hard for me to be like, yep, that's the one. But it'll help me get there. Right? That's why it's so difficult. Because Path of the Keeper will just help me in it. I also use it so rarely. That's the problem. Also, I need to get my charger. Yep, we're good. Okay. I feel like I've always had a problem with my charger when streaming. But this time it's actually doing okay. Alright, I'm gonna actually do... Well, I can't skip. That'd be crazy if you just never chose a mastery, by the way. Yeah. It already has tons of damage, 15 hits. Because at that point, you're dealing hundreds. Especially if you increase your damage percentage high enough. You could probably get to about 500 damage. So, right. Being able to do that on a bunch of little guys... I mean, you're just cleaning house. But I guess, well, yeah. And, okay. Alright, I guess I'll do Path of the Assassin. We'll see how it goes. Alright, Cracked Stan. One in the weapon slot, reduce armor of all enemies by 10. I like that better than the Polished Calc, probably. This is only for the first turn. Yeah, let's put a Stan in for the Calc. Yeah. We are an assassin now. Hello, Rune Carrier.
You approach a strange figure, a hunchback, all covered with glowing rune stones. Some of them grow straight out of his body.
Oh, great.
He looks like he threw himself into a pit full of these stones and rolled around.
Hello, stranger. Would you like to trade with me? As you can see, I have a lot of rune stones on me, but I barely have anything else. Some gold would do the trick. I've realized that when you have enough gold, nobody cares about how you look.
Interesting philosophy. Open the shop. Okay. Oh. These are... Oh, they're all just... They're pretty cheap, too. Ooh, okay, let's see what they do first. Okay, Cracked Man, I don't like these. The only value of getting this is just so I can get the Runestone Dust, which I do want Runestone Dust. Cracked Gar, increasing damage by 2. Not bad. Armor slot at the end of the turn, deal 1 hit. That's dangerous to do because sometimes enemies get stronger when they get hit. Does the overworld always have such a painted look to it? No. So this is what happens whenever you're completely out of light, essentially. So I have this like weird candle, that's what it's called, that pushes back the weirdness, which is like this magical fog, right? So when it's out, it has this very strange milk, foggy, painty look. But yeah. So right, once I light another one, it'll be good. Cracked Ken. So many of these are names. Okay, duplicate every 13th card, and then in armor slot, increase the number of your combat slots by 2. Oh. So then I can take more. Okay. Probably not. Okay, and then the last one, send a random enemy after playing 15 cards. In armor slot, retaliate 33% of received damage. I wonder if that counts with barrier. Yeah, I do wonder if that counts with barrier, because if it does, that's a lot more valuable, because I use barriers. Okay, well, at the very least, I'm grabbing the small ones, because I want to combine them. Oh, whoops. Oh, well. I took the expensive ones, but that's fine. I'm going to be taking all of them. Thank you. Very well. I think that what I like is, or what I would like is to replace the crack stand with, where is it? Well, first of all, I need to combine. Alright. With the cracked Gar. I think that 2%... I don't know. Because, right, as I remove armor, the 10% is less and less important. But also, 2 is so piddly, right? And I like having 17 armor. So the thing that I'm looking for is a better thing for the weapon slot, but duplicate or reduce armor by 10. Maybe we'll duplicate. Hey, Dame Aelin. Missed you, man. I seen you. Okay, I guess I'll do a cracked Ken. Because actually I realized something that's nice about this, is that... Well, where is it? Would it be in Hero? Passives. One of my passives is duplicate the 12th card played. So now I also duplicate the 13th. So whenever I accidentally duplicate, well, then I know the next card I play is about to be duplicated as well. So at least then I'll be aware of it. So who knows? Maybe that'll help. But yeah, whenever I'm out at the bottom left with the burn level, it says none. So right, the weird candle has sputtered out, weirdness is everywhere, and it brings unexpected dangers. So all my fights are harder when it's out, but then as soon as I light one up, which I'm going to... Well, actually, first I'm going to go here. Just going to grab this. Which also, by the way, this is what it typically looks like. It does have a little bit of a blurry look to it, even far away, but it's also a little bit brighter. It does help. Doopy-doops. Yeah, I'm feeling alright. Okay, I'm going to be stealing a weird candle. Receive a weird candle. I'll eat it. I'll not eat it. I'll take it. And then I'm going to burn one here. Right at the edge, trying to save as much as possible. And now everything is bright again. And I'm probably going to burn another one after this fight, right before I enter the boss. But yeah, let's go. What is this? Obscure Tavern. Alright, so we have a Forest Sentinel. Redirects all damage to itself. We have an Ogre, dealing more damage this time. Well, in 3 turns, he's going to deal a huge amount of damage, I should say. And then the Tormented Shaman. He'll spawn totems to buff his allies. So, well, so we have to focus on the Sentinel first. We don't have an option. They're not letting us make a decision there. Okay, so she, or it, is absolutely going to be hitting me. The trap isn't a bad idea here, because it's all going to be focused on him. And this is going to be about almost 100 damage. That would be nice. Let's do a Phantom's Aid. That might push it over the edge. Yeah, so now there's a chance he could die, I think. Unless it's not calculating his armor, which it probably isn't. Alright, let's do a shadow shot, and then one of these. The trap. Alright, so he's dead. Okay. So now we just have to deal with him. We have tons and tons of barrier, so we're fine from getting hit. That's the good. I bought King Arthur on Steam. Thanks, you. I'm probably gonna start it. Yeah, it is. Oh man, King Arthur, Knight's Tale, so good. Also, I don't know if you did look at the opening cinematic. Did you? It is so good. Like, it is so good, so fantastic. It makes me want to play. Every single time I watch it, it just makes me want to play the game again. Man. Which, by the way, just out of curiosity, Dane, are you playing King Arthur on the hardest difficulty, or what kind, or how do you typically play games? And yeah, Clockwork's girlfriend. Yeah, I do really love the, like, I mean, honestly, the art style in this game in general is cool, but I love the way that they handle those kinds of effects. It just, you know, it adds to like the ambiance, you know. It's so cool. All right. So if I take one more shot, I'm able to bring in my corrosive weaponry. Are you immune to stun? No. So I might just actually just focus on the tormented shaman then. That seems valid. That feels valid. All right. Let's pop a couple of these out. He's gonna be pretty close to death. Then, oh, actually, no, we don't need to stun him. Right. He's. What am I talking about? I have plenty of barrier. Okay, so Dame Malin, if you do play it on the hardest difficulty, which, by the way, I don't know if you watched through my playthrough of King Arthur Knight's Tale, but I've known a few people who have played it, and they say that the hardest difficulty is impossible. And I think that there's certain play styles that are in fact impossible to win the game on the hardest difficulty, because there are like 2 or 3 huge power spikes for the enemies, and sometimes it's like if you're not prepped, it can really blindside you, and then it's like, oh man, I just lost the character, and he was integral to like the team. And so the reason why I'm saying that is that I would suggest that in the game you essentially have to choose your morality. So I would suggest that either you should choose Christian or righteous. You can go Christian and righteous, but I would at least take one of them, because Christian and rightful heroes in that game, they have a lot of defensive stuff, and sometimes it's just really, really helpful to have that as part of your play style, is focusing on defensive abilities. But anyway, let's see. I can only do one of these. I guess I'll do a the muscle rupturing shot is so deadly. I gotta do it, right? Ooh. Does he die here? Yeah, he did. Yeah, I don't know if the trailer on Steam has the opening cinematic, but man. But it also makes Mordred look so cool, I gotta say. And the voice modulation they do for Sir Mordred just makes him sound awesome. A really, really cool guy. Alright, let's continue. Oh, yeah. Builds absolutely do influence the game a lot. I don't know what other advice to say, but yeah. If you play this or if you play that game.
Could a lively tavern in the middle of nowhere be anything more than a weirdness-bloomed mirage? Even if the building is real, who would dare to party in such a place at such a time?
Ooh. I can rest for a lot of money. I'm probably going to do that. But anyways, if you do end up playing it, and you can absolutely ask me questions while I'm streaming or whatever, or off stream, whatever. I really do love King Arthur Knight's Tale, and it's so much fun trying to figure out the right like setup for your characters. And part of me wants to say that there's like no wrong ways to go about it, because technically there are, but it's like there are dozens of different kinds of strategies you can try to focus on, and it's going to be different every playthrough. That it's like it's just so much fun having that ability to do it that way, because it's never like guaranteed they'll have like one specific item. Well, I guess it's not entirely true, but in general. So, but anyways, let's rest. I'm pretty hurt.
It wasn't a particularly good night. The weird sounds coming from below woke you up more times than you could count. After leaving your room,
Oh no.
you're a bit surprised that everyone's still having the same conversations as the night before. There's a man saying the same farewells he said before. Another one falling under the table the same way as yesterday, to the same laugh of his friends. Then you see a man sitting in a darkened corner of the tavern. He's playing cards, alone, and his deck doesn't resemble one you've ever seen.
Approach?
You're the first new face I've seen in quite a while. You're already figuring out what's going on here, aren't you?
Is this a spell?
A spell? No, I'm no wizard. Just an old crook. And somehow this is the last moment these people, myself included, lived through, before our village was consumed. But it seems like I'm the only one who understands what's happening here. The rest, they're stuck. And they've been stuck for years, it feels like.
Timers? Yeah, timers are artificial difficulty. Yeah, timers. Yeah, I have played XCOM, and yeah, any mission with a timer, I really do not like that. I mean, I think that sometimes if a game is really, it's supposed to be harsh and like RTS, real-time strategy, it's a little bit different. I don't mind it. But in a turn-based game, when there are timers, I don't like that. I know that's different than what Damien was really talking about in terms of platformers or whatever. But, I mean, that's terrible. Timers just like add extra stress, and it's like I don't want to deal with it. But anyway, it's connected to your cards, isn't it?
See for yourself.
He pauses his solitaire game for a moment, and you notice the reality around you slowly changing. People start moving slower. Their skin loses color. Some even show clear signs of decomposition. He starts playing his game again. Everything immediately gets back to normal.
Interesting. Very strange. Okay. Why won't you stop?
And be responsible for the death of all me friends? Tell me, will me friends end up like all those beasts? Twisted by the weirdness? Am I going to end up like that?
Huh. This is an interesting one. I don't know, but I can promise I'll help if this happens.
I understand. And I suppose that's more than I can ask for. At least I die knowing that I won't hurt any innocent people after I've turned. Farewell, then.
He lays down his cards and closes.
You watch the same scene unfolding again. People losing color, shriveling into corpses, but not stopping in their tracks, until all that remains is dried blood and bones scattered on the ground. The place is empty, silent, and dark. As you start walking towards the doors, you hear a voice behind you.
Uh-oh.
Look, I need to tell you, I didn't expect that.
Before you have a chance to say anything, the ghost continues.
No, this feels good. I haven't been this full of energy and life since, like, ever. That's a good joke, if I ever heard one. But you know what's best? I can see. I can see more now than I ever did. One thing I know, for example, is that you have a village you call your own, near a nice, warm inn here, right? And since you're so big on love, if you don't lie to the goat, then I'm sure you'd show compassion to your ghostly friend and invite him to your village, right? No worries. I'll settle in no time. See you there.
You weren't invited. Ghosts allow you to multiply your wealth. I never invited you. I don't remember ever getting a ghost. Wait a second. Wait a second. How do I check? Is it here? No. Well, so I don't think I can check until I die? Well, I have to go into my collection. I don't think I can go to my collection. I've never recruited the ghost. Ever. It feels very strange. Okay, well, cool. I guess I was missing an NPC. I didn't even have to do anything. I just had to sleep. Spooky Village, also clockwork. Okay. Hello. I have 8. That is true. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but now I forget. Oh yeah, well, I think I was thinking just about the timers. I don't like timers. Timers in games are the worst. I'm too chill. Oh, man. By the way, I really like the music in this. It's so like dark and Celtic. All right, Mistbearer. This encounter is divided into 4 distinct phases. Pay attention to the enemy's statuses and intents. Enemy intends to use a normal attack with a debuff, which is a pretty big hit, but I think I can handle this one. I can't do the middle ground. Well, I guess I might be able to, actually. Is this going to be enough? Okay, so if I increase my armor by 20, that means it's going to be at 57. So I'd have 57. I think it'll be very close. I might take like 1. Ooh. What we're going to do is a Phantom Aid followed by a Shadow Shot. I could do 2 more 0 costing to bring in these. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to gain 50 armor. Okay. Advanced Feint. Do one of these. Alright. Yeah, he honestly is such a cool character. I wonder what he's like from in lore. I always wonder that when like these strange creatures appear. Like he has like these branch wings. Like it's crazy cool. Also, by the way, a lot of these monsters do remind me of like Senua Hellblade or whatever, Senua's Sacrifice. I might play that after Dragon Age because I feel like you guys would be more into that kind of stuff. It's such a similar aesthetic. But anyway. Alright, so this armor... Alright, so this armor is going to make it that I'm taking very little. I could probably even do middle ground here. I probably will. Maybe. Or I could just do cover... No, do middle ground. Alright. Let's think. We're going to do Phantom Aid. We're going to be doing Corrosive Weaponry. Let's just do the middle ground now so I don't... Or no, let's do a Shadow Shot. Jot of Hope. Okay, good. I have my Future Shot. And then we'll do middle ground and then just hit him with the Toxic. Shoot. Okay. He's about half dead. Okay. Reduce enemy's armor by 30 until the end of combat and gain 30 armor for 2 turns. I think I might be able to kill him, by the way. Like, there's a chance I might be able to accomplish that. But I don't want to go all in and then be wrong. Well, he's not going to kill me, though. Because if I do enough hits, I probably can do a pretty hefty hit. Because, I mean, already at the moment, we're doing... Well, okay, let's do a shadow shot. Let's see what we can get to. Let's do a returning shot. I could do an acid shot. I can afford it. Okay, I needed this to be at 10, because I believe that then I deal 10 at 100% damage. That is not the case. Yeah. Because then I would have been pretty close. I don't know what I would have been at, though. Like 600 damage at best. Okay. Alright. I do have the muscle rupture. Let's bring in the agile draft. We'll do a regular attack. I'm gonna do low ground probably. Why do I have my weirdness mushroom on? I don't know what I was thinking with my weirdness mushroom. If you run out of cards, does your graveyard shuffle back in the library or do... Oh, like in my draw and discard? I have no idea. That would be crazy, by the way. That would be insane. Yeah. Or, wait. Each card is placed here after it's played. These cards are moved to your discard pile at the end of each turn. I didn't even realize this, actually. Okay, so Grave is what you just play. And then Grave goes to discard, which then goes to draw. The draw goes to your hand. Man, that's crazy. I always thought that it went straight to your discard. Okay, well, you learn something new every day. I didn't even know that. But yeah, if everything... Because I believe that the Grave just goes to discard, which then goes to draw. Man, I deal so much damage. I wish I had one more energy. Alright, let's just do a low ground. Which gets to be played twice, because I totally knew that. Absolutely was keeping track of that. Top tier playing by me, obviously. Alright, so he has a cultist. This enemy can be devoured by the Mistbearer? What are you doing? Intends to use a weak attack. Gains 5 armor every turn, spawns a cultist every 2 turn. Okay. Strange, but I won't complain. Okay. So this was every 13th. Okay, so that means I'm not getting another duplicate for another 12 card plays. Okay. Doing a standoff should keep me in a fine position. I can do a phantom aid. I'm just gonna let the cultist go. I don't think I have a reason to worry. Let's do the weird coded. Send. Are you dead? Is dead. Oh, it was played 3 times? It might have been played 3 times, because it kept flipping and flipping. Actually, I should think about this. I played it at middle ground, so if it duplicated, it should have gone middle ground to low ground, so it should be at high ground right now. Let's take the weird candle. I'm gonna have to look at my deck. I think it tells you when you enter. I think.
As the monster disappears, you expect the goat to appear. And indeed, you're not at all surprised when you hear the familiar voice.
Splendid! But don't rest on your laurels just yet. What you see right now is only the first dimension, the first level of this corrupted reality.
You can't see the creature's face, but you can imagine its smirk.
Anyway.
Alright, let's take another passive. Okay, so... let's see. We have additional equipment. At the start of every turn, draw 1 additional card. Its cost is reduced by 1. Huh. That's pretty nice. It's essentially a free random card, or could be free. If you play 2 or less cards in a turn, skip... who cares? 0 chance of that. Next turn, draw 2 cards. Their cost is 0. No. Negate every hit suffered in the first turn of combat. Huh. That's interesting, because then I can just focus on damage. I don't even have to think about it. The additional equipment returned. Right? I think I have to do the every. Makes every turn more. But this would be very. I love the idea. All right, let's see. If I go into inventory, here's my deck. Maneuvers. Yeah, it does so it should be high ground if it was played 3 times, right? Low ground. Yeah, so I think maybe you can go back and see, but I think I played it at middle ground. Wait. No, this doesn't make any sense. Oh, it must have played it as middle ground twice, so it only flipped once. But wait. I had like 80 armor. So 3/4 of like 40 is like 30. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think you're right. I think it was played 3 times. But it was middle ground was played 3 times. Huh. Yep. You're right. Alright, let's see. I think that I've talked to everybody here. Don't need to go back to the rune carrier about all this stuff. Let's go. And yes, by the way, Clockwork, absolutely thinking 13 steps ahead. As you do. Because I am a professional. That's a ghost shop. What is he doing over there? Alright, let's talk to the candlestick maker.
Good to see you. Need a candle or two?
Yes, but first, 2 things to talk about. Yeah, I'll talk about the elderly archer.
You tell him about the man you met. You describe the older man whose legs emerged with the fire. He listens to your description in silence.
That sounds interesting. Very interesting.
He disappears for a while into his secret room. When he returns, he says,
If this man is the source of the fire's unique, Menhir-like powers, that would turn all of my knowledge upside down. A man-powered weird candle. That would be something. It would prove all the superstitions around candle making were true, wouldn't it?
That's interesting, but that would be terrifying. Having a weird candle as part of your body? Huh.
Anyway, I would need a sample of the flame. Bring me anything you can from this unfortunate soldier. Maybe we could use him. And save him from the curse, of course.
Yes.
That comes first, obviously.
Obviously. No question. Alright. What's your story?
Prove to me that you treat my craft seriously, and we'll talk.
Okay, I do. I totally do. Alright. Let's see. Oh, he doesn't have any more weird candles. I thought he had one left, but I guess not. Boss candles. That's probably what I'm going to be grabbing, because then I'll make it easier for me to keep candles. Because this is like, I'll have like 3 or 4 more candles at the end. Run, which would be nice. So let's...
Good. Thank you. And I promise we'll both benefit from this.
No objective chat. Yeah, sure. Now do you believe me? I take you seriously?
Thank you. For working for the greater good and our mutual benefit. This proves to me that you deserve to hear things that others simply wouldn't understand. The name's Luch, and I'm really glad to be here.
Oh my goodness, I've seen that name before. Maybe they just use the same name twice, but I've absolutely seen that name before. I'm trying to think of who it was, though. And I'm pretty sure I saw it in the board games, because I pronounced it Lug, but he pronounced it different, so I don't know. Anyway, as far as past.
I led a peaceful life making candles for hunters and regular townsfolk. Never charged much, never had any complaints. That is, until the mayor realized that he was helpless against the threat of the weirdness. My craft, however, made me indispensable, so he made me disposable. He turned the villagers against me. All it took was a rumor, that the candles are made out of those who went missing in the weirdness. And that was enough for the mob to come baying at my door.
Interesting. So what happened? Yeah, why not deny the rumors?
Do you think anybody would listen? People are just people. You can't expect too much of them. And their leaders are the worst of all. Regular folk might tremble at the thought of the unknown. The ones in power will tremble in fear that someone will realize that they don't know much more than they do. They're just better at pretending. In dire times, they let people die so they don't have to admit that all they care about is the comfort of not having to face those things that they're afraid of.
Interesting. What happened later?
Luckily enough, a group of performers came by, and they let me leave with them. They realized that my ability to make weird candles would be very useful on the road.
Oh, yeah.
But you know where you found me? In a ruined house, deep in the woods. How do you think I wound up there? Stories tend to repeat themselves. And so the man who helped me out soon noticed that I'd become irreplaceable. So, just like the mayor, he cast me away.
That explain?
Well, this might sound a bit paranoid, but bear with me. When I was living in the forest, I saw a face lurking within the weirdness. It was the face of the man who told me to leave the performers. It's as if he was coming to haunt me. I know I can't be sure, but I feel that he's out there. And if he is, the only thing he deserves is death.
He hands you an amulet, explaining that, for reasons unknown, it used to glow with a faint light whenever the creature got near.
If you ever come across this spiteful weird spawn, please, greet him from me. I never got the courage to do it myself.
And yeah, Kid Child's same exact thought. Wow, we need this guy, so let's throw him out to the wolves. And I was trying to think, what could he be like, you know, getting at or trying to say? That doesn't make too much sense. Like with the mayor, I mean, I don't know if there was some sort of a Menhir-like thing there so that the town didn't technically need him. I could imagine the mayor throwing him out because he's power hungry, but that makes no sense of being like, oh yeah, we're on the road and like we're totally gonna die without these candles, so let's kill the guy who makes them, or you know, toss him out of the group because he's just too valuable. Oh no. If you say so. Maybe he's lying, because that's a little bit bizarre. Okay. Let's get out of here. Strange guy. Luke. Alright, ghost shop. We're gonna be going... I guess I'll just go there now, because it said something about money. I don't think I've ever had this guy in my town, so crazy.
Cards love me. They truly do. I haven't lost a game since my deal with the thing that whispers. But it warned me. Luck is a finite resource. Now my physical body is gone, but I can play cards for eternity.
Okay. Interesting. Hawk? Who were you in your life?
In me life? Ha! Alive is how I feel now. Not before. But yes, my life, as you call it, was a wicked ride, my friend.
Wicked.
You know that cards love me, and I love them. Truly and deeply. I'd say they're my true love. And that's definitely something I couldn't say about anyone I've crossed paths with. I was born to a peasant woman and a horse boy. Can't say I remembered them too well. I got out of that damned village as soon as I learned how to run. I just can't stand poverty, you know? My own, that is. So I went to town and won some coins. Then I won some more. And more.
Man, another guy's not crazy consistent either. Man, I hated poverty, so I became homeless. It was so awful that I left my house and became I was as soon as I could walk just out of there. All right, well at least he made some money.
I can't say it was all, fair and square, but it's the result that matters, not the means, right? Well, this allowed me to pretend, or rather to live, the fantasy of being higher born than I actually was. Oh, how wrong I was. She was a vicious, treacherous woman, I tell you. I swear she hired an assassin to get rid of me at some point.
Born to gamble.
The worst part, though, is that Lady Luck wasn't there for me anymore. Serious debts accrued. And of course, this led to more marital problems. I needed to run, so I bought myself a berth on the ship and came here. Best possible decision, wasn't it?
Yeah, great idea.
Of course, it turns out that me luck returned as soon as I ran away from that terrible woman. So I gambled with the ship's crew, and with all the folks I met in this new land. Some of them lost it all the money they brought from the fatherland. And you know what they say, somebody's loss is somebody else's gain. So I gained, but then reason came to poor old me. In order to avoid temptation of gambling it all away, or just getting killed for my fortune, I hid it. Now it lies in the ground, safe and sound, in some forest.
Can you tell me where?
But friend, what is the purpose of all those earthly things? Earthly pleasures? It's all in the spirit. It's all in the afterlife. I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't need them anymore. Being a ghost and all that. I'll tell you where to find it. But just promise that you'll play cards with me every time you come back to the village. You swear?
Sure.
Okay, I'll show you. Find me out there, within the weirdness, and we'll go together.
Okay, till death do us part. So that means I have to gamble? I wonder if he actually means that. And I have to promise exchange currency. What is this? Okay, so first of all, journal pages. Every time you encounter something new, you gain a journal page. Currency that can be exchanged for another one at the ghost shop. Wait. Something new, but... that means that, like, there's a certain amount of journal pages that's even possible. Like I'm saying, like, there must be a maximum that you can collect, right? Huh. Every time you encounter something new. I wonder. Ghost is the main character's new. Can Ghost be impacted? He must be able to. And now I'm actually trying to think about it. There have been ghosts. Well, it's more so that it's like the ghosts have stronger ability to affect the world around them, or maybe they're like more apparent, because there are definitely like ghosts in like the board game and stuff, and they're a lot more like tangible. They have more. Thanks for watching, Dame Aylin. I appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I hope I see you in the next one. I hope I don't start it as late as I did today and the other streams. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Good night. Get some good rest. All right. Whew. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can back out. So I really have to think about that one. Change rate.
You're quite a gum.
Okay, let's gamble. Well, he told me to gamble with him. What happens? Congratulations. Luck is on your side. Oh, I gained money. Alright. Wow. Maybe he let me win. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to think about this. I mean, maybe I'll just wait to go to the ghost shop when I feel like I need to. Alright. No upgrades to get in terms of the shop. What do you have available? Berserker potion. No, I don't want to lose all that armor. A little too risky. Yeah. And the only thing that's useful would be the consecrated oil. Which I am going to have to be thinking about that. Sure. When I fight the final. Wait. Am I at the final? Like final? Oh, this is the last. This is it. Okay. Okay, this is. I thought that there was a boss after completing that boss. But I'm wrong. Okay. This is it. Choose one from 3. I can remove a card if I want to. I should do whatever I can while time allows. I suppose that the guy with the journal pages, it doesn't matter if I go to him anymore. Man, I have... Let's burn it.
The blacksmith is...
Oh, yeah, I need to talk to him about silence. Let's talk.
You tell the blacksmith about your encounter with a girl formed of light. A girl who most probably turned into a swan.
Well, that's the strangest thing I've ever heard. But I guess I should get used to that, shouldn't I? With the weirdness all around us. I suppose there's no way she would come to live with me. That's a shame. I really loved her.
His gaze is filled with sorrow.
Well, I'll try to turn her back.
You try to comfort him, and then you hear footsteps nearby. You hear a fake cough just around the corner. It turns out that Hilda, the scientist, is hiding behind the building.
Oh, sorry, comrades. I accidentally overheard something about a woman hiding in the woods. Perhaps turned into an animal or something.
Yeah?
I had a similar story way back when. It supposedly happened in my castle. It turned out to be a witch, living in harmony with the weirdness. Okay, so there is a simple solution to force her to stay in human form long enough to talk to her.
Is this safe?
Safe enough. For humans, at least. Although, if I'm wrong, and she's not a witch... well...
It's worth a try.
Please, do whatever it takes to communicate with her. I will owe you.
I'm Hilda, by the way.
Greetings, Hildy. I'm Wayland. Thank you for your help.
They look at each other a little longer than you'd expect them to. Then Hilda turns to you.
Come speak with me in a moment. I'll have the potion ready.
They're crushing. Even though I'm talking to Silence because he loves Silence or whatever. Or is interested in her. And now, whatever. Everybody's crazy. Alright, I don't have much runestone dust, so maybe I could buy some of that. And I might even do that off screen, trying to figure out what I want, what I'm going to be changing, that kind of stuff. No runestones to buy. Alright, I think I'm good. I think I'm good to just go. I'll talk to the Lost Soul just in case I'm missing anything. I don't think I rested yet, did I? No, I did not. Rest, please. Okay. Right. The boss. Let's do this. Hello, friend. Foredweller Overlord. Alright. 4,000 health. This enemy performs regular attacks, buffs itself, and occasionally summons minions. Oh, I don't remember him summoning minions. So actually, it's good that I gain ultimate charges when I kill people then. Alright, so at the moment, he's not dealing crazy damage. Reduces armor by 50 until the end of combat. Yes, please. What else do we want to do? I mean, the feint is probably what I'm going to go for because it's free. Let's do it. Let's bring in Phantom Aid. I probably want to hold off on using the ultimate so that I can actually use it on this guy when it feels like the right time. Do an acid shot. Muscle rupturing does a ton of damage. Guess I'll do it. Alright. Oh yeah. There are multiple living dwellers. I don't know the number, but it's in the dozens, maybe hundreds, could even be thousands. Because it's like we're not. Well, what I will say is that we don't. There was the Age of Legends, and after the Age of Legends, the Four Dwellers kind of disappeared, but they were still around. They're kind of like hiding out in Tuathan. And then like something happens in 200 years after that, and the game never tells us, but something occurs, and then they say that the Four Dwellers pretty much went extinct. But they're still around, like even in the Fall of Avalon, there are still dozens of them. They're just kind of just like walking around, being like Strider, you know, just chilling. Let's see. Feigned Retreat isn't bad. I probably should do that one, but first let's do a Phantom Aid. Now let's do a Feigned Retreat. Let's remove some armor. Oh yeah. I don't want to do Spiritual Blow. Yeah, let's continue saving, trying to do a giant attack. Also, by the way, in this game, like, time is warped, so people from, like, hundreds of years ago are meeting people from hundreds of years in the future, so, like, this guy could be from any time period. But, yeah. But, yeah, there are Four Dwellers that are still around. Oh, I should just use my Demon Strength. This is, like, the second last fight, if not the last fight. Which card played? Okay. Let's do a future shot. Ooh. Ooh. That's interesting. Yeah, I could bring in Standoff. Maybe I won't. Half my armor is enough to block this. I need to end with Shot of Destiny. I don't like doing this. Ugh, I really don't like doing this. But I guess I will. I will do a hit, and then Shot of Destiny, which deals like 600 or something. Is he dead with this? No. Almost. So close. So close. Oh. Maybe next round. I know. I should wait for Shot of Destiny. I will just delay until I get Shot of Destiny again. But okay. Yeah, it would be cool if I could do Shot of Destiny as the final shot. Or just, I mean, I'm pretty sure I could probably kill him with my ultimate if I really wanted to. Like, maybe even this round? Might be possible. He's just buffing. This guy is just... what is he even doing? He's just buffing. Extra damage for 3 turns. I have nothing to do. Waiting for the Shot of Destiny. Did I pick it up? No. And I could do Muscle Rupturing Shot. That sounds pretty painful. Alright, let's bring this out. I don't care about his friends. Even with his armor, this isn't... not even a big deal. Okay. That is pretty good. Also, this can just hit him. Wow. I'm dealing too much damage. This is ridiculous. Alright, let's just do the Sentinel ability. This might just kill him. It might just be over. But yeah. And that is true. It will work on these guys. I don't know if it'll actually kill them, though. It doesn't calculate the armor. Well, it's going to be 25 times, like, or almost 25 times 15. That is a number that exists. What was that? 250... 375. So this actually is not going to kill them. Sadly, that isn't going to kill them. How can I make it work? What I could do... Yeah. What I could do is bring this in. Then oh, Shot of Destiny. I have it. Huh. Okay, let's shoot him down. I wanted to shoot him 4 times. Okay. Man, what do I do? I don't... Okay, let's just do the ultimate. They're dead. He's dead.
The creature falls to one knee.
And hey, Naomi.
A single thought containing 1,000,000 words and images explodes in your mind.
They lied. Don't hate me, human. I bear you no ill will.
By the way, Naomi, perfect timing. I just completed the last boss. Suddenly hear hooves.
Oh, that was brilliant. Really a sight for sore eyes. Finally, something's going according to plan. It's good to see that someone actually stood a chance against him. We might have a shot at surviving this whole crazy ordeal after all.
This supposed monster told me you lied.
Oh, curious. Well, we might have. I mean, no, we didn't lie, but the whole truth has yet to be revealed, see? These things are complicated.
What's the lie?
Okay, I guess we did promise to tell you more after you were finished with the 4 Guardians. There's a certain reality balancing thing happening here, you see. It's a story of a brave hero. That's you, fighting a monster which threatens the world. Yes, the one you just eliminated. But it's not only human reality that's broken. They, the 4 dwellers, have the same problem you have. And so he's actually living in the same story you are, only in his version, he's the hero. And can you guess who the antagonist is? The point is simple. Your fight is an eternal struggle of good versus evil. Nobody can win, nobody can lose, because that would debalance the narrative, unless
what?
Unless one of you is brave and strong enough to get rid of the source of this corruption. I'm going to tell you how to summon the real enemy.
Okay.
From now on, you will be able to collect hearts of the Guardians after killing them. When you get all 3, you have to burn them at the menhir in your village instead of coming to fight this poor boy here. This is the only way. Kill 3 Guardians, take their hearts, and burn the hearts at the menhir. Simple enough, isn't it? Then good luck.
We did it. Our first win. Fantastic. The Sentinel is just too good, I swear. I know some people like the summoning characters, but I don't know. Sentinel is just too good. Too good. Alright, got a new class, a Blood Mage. I'll see this stuff later. It's new cards. New passives. If you have 0 arrows in your turn. 33 barrier. Another new class, the Zealot. More cards. More relics. Another new class, Berserker. Yeah, well, so... Yeah, this is almost infinite. But, the main things that you keep accomplishing is all the side quests, which I'll show once this is done. But there's like a completion. Oh, here. Oh, it's right here. Right. So I currently have 6 of 7 villages recruited. And I have 2 of 13 souls saved. So that's kind of like the side quest bits, which it says these are your major objectives in the game. Things you need to accomplish in order to unlock the ending. So they have... I've never seen the final ending. Like, they say that there's like an actual boss and then you fight him and then they just send you right back to the start again, right? The goat keeps doing that. But it also says that there is an ending once you complete literally everything. I don't know if it's just like a video or if it's going to be a new boss or whatever is going to happen. Yeah, it is essentially an endless war. All right. Wait, do we have everybody? I'm going to see. But yeah, so currently the NPCs, we have discovered 6. We have saved 0. So we have to do both? We might have to actually do both, but I could be wrong. I mean, it did say that we discovered 6 in the last game progress. We have savable NPCs. We found 12, saved 2. The Countess and the Florist fell in love, so they're happy. And then we have regular NPCs, which we've only found 9. And yeah, I wonder if it tells the progress. It does not. But yeah. Also, there's 2 bosses I've never seen, and a bunch of enemies. And 1 location and 2 items. Alright, let's start over. Take a break. Never take a break. Alright. So I don't have the Necromancer or the Apostate. You know what? I'll actually... Well, okay. I can totally make a poll on here, right? I could make a poll, but there's only 5 of you. That's the thing, because I could let you guys decide on the next character. I mean, the ones I haven't done is the Zealot. So Zealots collect unused cards and use them later to forge a powerful elemental arrow with their ultimate. And after using a maneuver or quiver, gain 50% damage for the next hit. So the Zealots aren't that bad. They're okay. Is there some kind of Magic Knight type character? What would be the closest? I don't think so. Whoops. I don't really think so, because obviously you know what a Necromancer is, you know what a Summoner is. It's not really it. Blood Mages, they sacrifice their blood for strength. I mean, the ones in terms of melee are these middle 3. So we have a Weird Hunter, who's a child of Morrigan, a Pathfinder. They avoid taking damage in order to become more powerful each turn. Weird Hunters focus on dealing as much damage as possible using quick strikes or powerful blows. This is the starting character. And then you have the Berserker. Berserkers are invigorated when they're heavily wounded, making them most deadly when they're balancing on the verge of death. So those are the 3 that are more melee. And then the only other one that I haven't done because I don't have Apostate is again the Zealot. Which, yeah, and by the way, I'm still convinced that the Sentinel is the best character in the game. He's just too good. I don't know. I've heard people say otherwise, like that they don't like the Sentinel, but I mean, you saw me win pretty handily. I don't know how somebody can top that. But anyways, so I'll ask you, Kid Childs and Clockwork, if you're watching, but what would you prefer? The Zealot, Pathfinder, Berserker, or Blood Mage? Do you have a preference? If you don't, I'll probably just pick one. I would absolutely go with Blood Mage. So I don't know if you saw me in the Summoner playthrough, but in the Summoner, right, you get these summons that you start with one at the beginning, and that's essentially his ability. For him, He also gets these guys. He has a golem. He has an abomination, and also he has the weird worm, whatever, the worm. But his ability is that essentially... does it say it up there? Oh, it does. Yeah, so his passive is that he gains charges per summon, and then he's able to use them to promote. For him, they charge their ultimate ability whenever they offer blood. They can immediately overcharge a minion. The unique effect's strength is multiplied by the number of charges they spend. So he can essentially power up his minions by, like, giving up blood and stuff. Alright, it sounds like you both are interested in Blood Mage, so let's do that one next. What should I start with now? I typically do the Worm, because it just guarantees damage from the get-go. Golems guarantee safety, but I'm gonna go Worm. I like me some worms. Worm. I honestly don't remember if the Blood Mage has access to healing, if I'm honest. It's been a little while. I remember it being very hard to balance the taking damage, like in playing cards and stuff. But I have heard a lot of people liking this class. Yes, Gruboid. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's look at our deck. So our abilities is that, which this is what we always have, is Blood Preparation. Offer 5 health to draw a random summon. So we can essentially just bring in a summon if we're dire straits, right? And then this stuff is normal. This is what was found with the summoner. So he has the Ritual of Activating, Gaining Barrier. Oh, promotion is slightly different. I have to offer health to promote now, which before you could just promote. Then we have the Sigil, Protect, increase minions' armor by 25. Obviously that's going to go to the Golem. And then in order to summon these guys, I now have to offer my blood. So it's 2 to get any of them, and they're all the same people. But the other thing is that, well, I think that they're all the same, but they're called Blood Abominations and Blood Golems and Blood Fays and Blood Worms. So they might have a slightly different attribute. Self-inflicted, loss of resources or stats. Yeah. So I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that these guys are slightly stronger. Because you have to offer blood, and also they're called blood golems and stuff as opposed to just golems. But I do not remember. It's been quite a while. Alright, so we have 100 gold. What I always like doing is getting the runestones at the start. I am a little bit tempted to grab some healing at the beginning this time around. Just in case I get, well, it gets a little bit too concerning. At some point, I do want to get the 750 to have an additional rest. I don't think I need to now, though. What other permanent upgrades do we want? Because I do need to be thinking about that one. I can add a rare one for 15. That is an intriguing prospect for sure. You can also exchange. And then the upgrades I can, yeah. I will say that the blacksmith's upgrades are really, really nice. Like, they all just straight up help me in various ways. The reason why I'm thinking about this is that I can do an exchange with the ghost, which I might just do. Yeah, draw more cards. This one is also good, though. And if I can get to the 500, permanently increase the number of cards you draw by 1, would be really... What else does he do? Alright, that's it. Okay. Mark as first hand. Pick a card, you'll start every combat with it. Whoa. That's good. That's pretty nice. Alright. Let's go over here. See what else we want. We could buy one weird candle. Yeah, I can upgrade the healing of the milestones. Not all too helpful. I could make it that I start with more initial weird candles, but at this point it's useless. I'm close to getting to 50, actually. Maybe I'll do that. Hello, sir. So, I would like to exchange. What I need... Blood, I don't need yet. We need a little bit more tallow. Let's do that trade. Gold tokens aren't as helpful. It lets you get more items. I mean, I might do it if I'm close to it. Card shreds, I need like 500. I don't have enough for 500. I could get one of these, though. Why not? Runestone dust is so hard to come by. This is extraordinarily valuable. Grab. Okay. Hello, sir. Alright, let's grab yet another one after each fight. Because now I don't really need to be concerned about weird candles. I've got to go make dinner. Egg fried rice. Back. Well, I hope that it's good. I'm sure it'll taste delicious. Have fun.
You're back already?
Yeah, I'll do the first turn.
The blacksmith.
Then for the blacksmith. There's so many good ones. So many good ones. I thought that I had enough for both of these, but I don't. I do want to get rare runestones as rewards now. That would be nice. Mythical. Ooh, it cost me 60. That's an intriguing one. I think that I'm just going to be grabbing a bunch of runestones with my badges. It's too useful. I could save a little bit. Let's do that and see. Alright.
The blacksmith.
Alright. Going back to the upgrades. Ooh, well this is a lot. It would be nice if it is guaranteed to get these runestones. But it is also nice to get the mythical. So I'd have to get... So now I can get mythical. I also get rare. 75% chance of getting runestones. I could grab more. If I can get 20 more, then I get a runestone with every fight. And also I can get mythical ones. So let's do that. And then I will stop with the meta progression. Or whatever it's exactly called. There we go. And we'll save the rest for later. Ooh, jalapenos. That honestly sounds so good. And I like to cook as well. Ugh, I miss cooking.
The blacksmith.
I don't cook as much at the moment. And the first turn of combat, deal extra damage. Every 3 turns, you always deal max. So damage is a little bit different for characters like this, for obvious reasons, because he doesn't really hit. Ooh, none of these are actually all too useful except for the cracked Ethel, because I can just gain the armor. So I guess I'll do that. And we might just leave it. The Lost Soul. Yeah, we're going to get a quest card then, because we can afford it. So now I'm going to pick one of these. I think that with the summoners, there's a little bit more of a reason to grab these, because many times, well, right, he doesn't have a hit, so I can gain a hit using this. Huh. Interesting. Well, for the Blood Mage, this is actually interesting, because whenever you offer health, you increase your ultimate. So, with Sword of Envy, I get to offer health, which would be nice. We have Gluttony. Discard your hand, draw 2 cards. After discarding 30, then it upgrades to draw 2, reduce cost to 0. That's really nice. Then there's Pride. Gain 75 armor. use this 4 times to get a Proud Excalibur, which is a 0 costing 5,000% damage attack, 3 uses. Huh. That's an 5,000% damage. What do I deal? Well, I can't even see how much I deal typically. 5,000. 5,000. Alright, that's like 50 times a regular hit, right? And if I typically deal, I mean, let's just say that I'm dealing like, well, even if it's just 10, that's 500 damage. If I'm dealing 20, then it's 1,000. That isn't bad to have, but it only has 3 charges, which I do not like. Or I could deal a hit for 500%, and this is infinite. And also, man, both of these are very valid. I guess I could do Envy. And man, Pride. But it does take my whole turn, so it's going to be really hard for me to get this. Let's do Envy. Let's do Envy. I think I had that last time as well. Alright. I think we're good to go. Time to see how the Blood Mage does. Where is that? That's a milestone. Let's head to the milestone. Or towards it. Alright, so I'm starting with the Blood Worm. Yeah, I don't know if he deals any more damage than he did before. Hard to tell. Alright. Faceless Hunter. This enemy will deliver more hits each turn unless it is stunned. Ultimate ability, overcharge a minion. Charging, make an offering. Overcharge. Minion performs a specific action. This action is as powerful as Overcharge's effect magnitude. After that, the minion dies. Okay, so that means I probably want to have a couple of these Bloodworms out and about. And bringing them in... Right, okay. So I really can't let myself get hit. Throw a random minion. Alright. I don't want to lose health. Bring in another one. Alright, so they both hit him. Alright. The other thing that is different about these guys, which where does it say it? Yeah, blood magic. So, because they're blood minions, or whatever they're called, blood worms, minions are activated at the end of each turn and promoted at the start of each turn. So the minions are far stronger. Activate, order your minion to perform an action, promote. So with the summoner, right, if you remember, I had to manually promote them and manually activate them. They just do it just because they feel like it all the time. Cumulative power. Minions promoted above level 4 overcharge. Each minion has a different overcharge effect. Promote, raise the level of your minion. Overcharge, minions perform a specific action. This action is as powerful as Overcharge's effect max. Right, so these guys have limited time. They're going to do a huge attack and then they just die. That's essentially what they do. Ooh. I don't want to create barrier, and I cannot take 25% damage. That is not an option. Gaining armor is not all too helpful here. Or for him, I'm saying. Huh. This is not a good spot to be in. I can't really defend myself. I don't have a blood... I mean, I could do blood preparation, because I know that would bring in the golem. But if I play the golem, then I can't play this, and then I take a ton of damage. Alright, let's bring in the Blood Fae just to distract him. We're gonna have to play that. We're not doing that. Can I give this to myself? Yeah. Alright, let's just end it. Hopefully he doesn't hit me. Oh, he did. Twice. Alright. Give myself some armor. Let's activate a minion. He'll probably die. I don't want to do... yeah, I don't want to do anything. Alright. So, as you can see, the minions are far stronger than what they were, which is good. The only problem, again, is having to figure out how to manage your health. That's the only concern here. So I need something that heals me. Okay, Dark Rites, 0 costing activate. That's nice. Arcane Shield, create barrier, 10 barrier for each minion currently in combat. That's interesting. Shamanic, I guess it's pronounced shamanic. Shamanic Knowledge. Offer 4 health, gain barrier on all minions and yourself, equal to twice the health lost. Then invoke a Blood Fey. Okay, so I'll get 8 barrier, but lose 4 health. I don't know about that one. I probably need to ensure that I constantly have barriers. 3 isn't enough. For defensive abilities, I need at least 4. So the Arcane Shield, I think is going to go. Really juicy. Yeah. I mean, this one is cool because it does all these different things at once. What would be cool is if this had a similar mechanic as Slay the Spire. I'm going to grab Arcane Shield. But in which you get to upgrade your cards. That'd be pretty awesome. Alright, all Blood Fey are promoted after being summoned. That just means that they last for 1 turn less. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Every minion starts with 15 barrier. That's kind of good. And all golems are promoted after being summoned. Well, okay. Yeah, the golem needs to survive for as long as possible. Because if I only have 1 golem at the moment, I bring him in, and if he immediately promotes, that means he's going to be there for 3 turns. Well, yeah, but then, yeah, I guess it's not terrible. I'm kind of thinking Eternal Leash, though. I'm going to start with 15. Yeah, because it doesn't get discarded. That's what I'm going to do. Eternal Leash. We're in agreement. Alright. Whoa. What? This isn't right. I forgot to put that on, by the way. Why do I have 3? Is this correct? If the game insists. Okay, what do we have? Ooh, whoa. Heal for 1% of max HP after killing an enemy. Whoa. Oh my goodness. This is a lifesaver. And heal 5% of max HP after every combat. Okay. Well, that is absolutely going to be helpful. I mean, I'm going to put it there. Defensive, I think. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. I suppose so. Nothing in the weapon slot is actually useful. I don't attack. I don't think that this actually helps my minion. Yeah, you always deal maximum damage. Actually, you know what? I'll test this. I'll take Eol and see if this also helps my minion. Alright, let's do one more fight. I don't know how many more fights. I doubt we're going to reach the boss here. I'm going to do by the way, every mission, every act, you will have 3 easy fights. So I like to do them having no light just to help me keep these, but after the last one, I had so many left over. I thought they had a whole act left, but I was wrong. Alright, increase damage of all enemies by 50%. That's horrible. No way. Ugh. Nah, I guess I have to lose the energy then. I don't want to do. Alright, so we're going to bring in a barrier. I am a little bit tempted to do blood preparation, but I should probably wait that one out. Let's activate him, and let's do another barrier, because I'm not going to have as much energy. Okay. Could do an Arcane Shield. I don't want to do the Blood Fey. I think I can handle it. Just me and him at the moment. Trying to retain my health if I can. Can't do envy. I have to kill him in order to get that promoted. I may as well give him some armor, because I can. Activate, activate, and he's gone. Hooray! We got 2 of them. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting multiple. I thought that you only get 1. I thought that I had a... I don't know. Maybe I'm going to have to... I don't know. I'm confused why I'm getting so many of these. Because the only upgrades I got at the blacksmith with Wayland was increasing the odds of getting a runestone, and now I can get mythical and rare. Alright. Affected human. Alright, so I just need to go straight damage. Ooh. Can't lose 25% health. Okay. That is a no from me. Okay. That's a pain. Alright, so let's activate. Alright. May as well. We might actually have to hunt. Ooh. I missed the worm. Yeah, he's in my discard. Okay. He is going to be hitting hard. I do get to retain barrier. So you know what? I'm just going to be grabbing. I'm not going to promote him because then, well, maybe I will. Let's promote the kid. Alright, so he's going to hit us all for 10. Which, by the way, he's never been able to pop out like he's about to. You guys will be able to see it. Never mind, I lied. Because I killed him, obviously. Because I totally calculated that out. And he was going to die. Clearly. Obviously. I only got 1 from that one. Alright. I'm probably going to pop a candle. Here. Here we go. Oh, the ghost is back already. That was a quick one. Alright, hello, Mindbender. Alright, well I can't exactly pick. Now I learned that you gain the barrier not once your turn is over, but right at the start of your turn, which I misunderstood. Foolishly. Alright, let's give myself... I guess I could just... I guess I could barrier activate. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Yeah, stunning isn't as important, but... Yep. I think I want another blood worm. And then I'm going to do an arcane shield upon myself. Alright, it's going okay. Let's see. Can do a protection. I don't know if it really matters, actually. Maybe I don't. Okay. I should activate the big guy. Let's protect him, because it's free. Could promote a minion, not all too helpful. I mean, bringing in the stone golem, I'm going to lose 2 health. Is he gonna die before he can overcharge? I guess that is possible. Oh. And it did work. Yeah, cracked eel. It says it on him. Deals the highest possible amount of damage. So whenever I do get to the 3rd turn, they do deal their maximum. Okay, well that's good to know. I guess I will bring in the blood golem, because he's gonna be dealing damage back to these guys. Alright, so he's about to overcharge. And his overcharge deal 1 hit for 200% damage and reduce the target's armor by 10. Okay. Alright, so let's activate him. Can we do a second activate? No. Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to die here, so. And also he's going to attack and then overcharge, so. That was going to be quite rough. Alright, let's see what we have. We have a Fury. I do like this. At the start of each turn, the minion increases its damage by 10. Well, I guess it's nicer when they're not going to die, but... I mean, 4 turns is a long time for a minion to survive. Power Compression. Sacrifice all minions. Increase damage by 10% until the end of combat for every sacrifice minion. I don't deal enough attacks. Maybe this class deals attacks, and I haven't seen them much. Interesting. Like, Spiritual Guide. Activate minion 0 times. Sacrifice it. Upgrade. Cards that grow permanently. Okay, activation amount is based on the highest level of a sacrifice minion in the combat. Okay, cool. So depending on what the level of the sacrifice will determine how many times it's activated. Okay. Oh, cards that grow permanently more powerful. Oh. I think I'm going to take this then. Especially early on. Because it says permanently. I don't know if that means in the combat. And if it's in the combat, this is a terrible card. It says permanently. Let's do it. Because if it is... Well, obviously if it's permanent, it's really good. Alright, let's merge. It's now... Yeah. Alright, I am going to see if this also works. Because I remember one of these didn't, and I thought that it would on my summons. Let's see if this one works or not. Each card played increases your damage by 8%. And hello, Ghost.
Finally, we're pretty close. Let's move, and we'll get to me treasure in no time at all.
You walk and walk, yet the scenery doesn't seem to change.
I promise we're actually moving. I'm a ghost. I can see such things now.
After an eternity or two, the ghost stops.
Hey, Clockwork.
He points to an unmarked spot on the ground.
Here, dig here.
After another eternity spent digging in the ground, your shovel hits something. It's wooden. Several back-breaking heaves of the shovel later, you realize it's a coffin. Suddenly, a hand bursts through the coffin lid, then another one. A moment later, you see the silhouette of a woman floating out of the grave. She's mostly decomposed, though there's some rotting flesh hanging here and there on the bones. The corpse opens her eyes. When she sees the ghost standing behind you, she immediately starts screaming.
Gunner, you worthless scum! You disgusting, lazy bastard! How dare you leave me, you rotten!
Shut up.
The woman, clearly in shock, falls silent.
I never got the courage to tell you this when I was alive.
You did.
And now that I'm dead, I don't care. Shut up! Once and for all.
Yes, perfect timing, Clockwork.
You treated me like a piece of horse scrap. Or worse. I did everything I could, and it wasn't enough for you, was it? You know what? I'm happy now. You're gone, and I will never see you again. And I'm happy. And this time, I will be the one to silence you. Not death. I will shut your mouth forever.
Before she has a chance to react, he throws something at her and mumbles a few words in a language you don't recognize. The woman collapses. Her bones scatter, then turn into dust.
Ha! No, that felt good. Well, I might have exaggerated the treasure-related part of me story. I actually gambled everything away. But you have to admit that this was priceless. Oh, come on. You saw for yourself that she was a lovely creature, wasn't she? I have to admit that the weirdness made her even more beautiful. Well, that's all I ever wanted out of me afterlife. Now I can die happy. Oh wait, but thank you, really. I couldn't have dug her up without your help.
NPC saved. I don't know if that's counting as saving a person. Special card available. Till death do us part completed. Hooray. Resounding success. So wait. So he sold her in a gambling hall or something. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Let's go. Great story. What was I gonna mention? I don't remember. Alright, let's go. Let's see. Or he bought her in a gambling hall? Because he said all of his winnings was buried. And then he buried her. Okay. Stun a random enemy. Or gain 5 barrier. I guess I'll just take the 5. Not a big deal. Oh, bloodworm. That's nice to have. Let's do that. And let's grab a teeny tiny barrier. An itsy bitsy barrier. Alright. So I need to be able to deal more damage. I could bring in the blood golem. Yeah, because he'll redirect damage. Maybe I will. And I'll give him some protection. Keep him happy. And yeah, I guess we'll just do a barrier. Sure, we're okay. The blood abomination actually isn't a bad call. By taking too much damage though to bring these people. Ooh. Okay. I guess I should do the spiritual guide now while I have the opportunity, especially since this isn't too bad of a fight. Alright, let's, yeah. Could even promote. Let's sacrifice him. And he doesn't do anything for me. Sadly. But, oh, I should have done this first, but yeah. That works. Give him some barrier? He probably doesn't need it. And I'll give... Oh, I should have done the abomination, my bad. Okay. Alright, we have another bloodworm. Bringing him in. So this bloodworm is about to off itself. Let's see how it goes. I think this is the first time. Want to see how you play Blood Mage. I can't seem to get the hang of him with the constant health drain. Yeah, well, I actually lucked out. Soft Exodus. I think it was the first fight. I got the cracked Oz, which heals 5 max HP after every combat win. Hopefully, especially at the beginning, it's going to help me not have to be focused too much on healing. Or, like, be thinking too much about it. But I had the same issue for a long time. I don't think I've ever gone too far with him. Alright, let's see. Ugh, too bad Envy won't work. Can I activate? Alright, let's do a spiritual guide. So he's dead. Fantastic. Cracked tier. Array. We'll just keep the Ethel though. Which, by the way, well, I'm not going to keep it, actually. I'm pretty sure that the Ethel did not work like I had predicted. So, the Eol or the tier... What else do I have an option for? Alright, maybe we'll just do Cracked Calc. Draw more cards. Blood Mage is the main true villain. The Worm Boys. Little one is so cute. Yeah, a little wormy. Wormy. Oh, elderly archer. I need to talk to him. I don't remember what I have to say.
The man greets you as if nothing has happened.
I have to ask, what happened to you?
When I was younger, only a teenager really, I was one of the guards in an asylum not far from Tintagel, on the Dark Morass. We were stationed there to ensure the plague wouldn't spread. You know how it is with all these infected people. Since they're destined to die of the Red Death, they just don't care what happens to the rest of us.
And what did you do to deserve this?
I was supposed to protect the healthy, but at one point I couldn't. I got soft and I couldn't keep up with my duties. I couldn't sacrifice the few for the many. I did save a group of infected people, but I let the plague spread. Now you see the nature of my crime.
You think about his deeds and realize that if he was just a teenager back then, he must have been sitting here for a long, long time.
Yikes. Well, he showed compassion. It backfired, but it counts. What is good for the many should always outweigh what is good for the few. I don't know. How many people died? What are we talking about here? Is this all your fault? Oh man. I mean, if it was, you tried. I don't know. I don't know if I need to be nice. What do I need to do? I need to take a sample. So, man, actually, maybe I will say the second one, because that's what I need him to do. He probably needs to make a sacrifice so that the weird candle maker is happy. So let's say this. What's good for the many should always outweigh what's good for the few.
Logically, yes. It stands to reason. But it wasn't that easy or clear to me when I had to make the choice.
I get it. It's tough. Can I have a sample of the flame for the candle maker?
You explain that someone in your village is interested in his condition. You ask for a sample of the flame. The man shrugs and looks back at you with a puzzled stare. He falls silent. You know there's more that he wanted to ask you, but you can clearly see that he's not in the mood for further conversation.
Guess I'll sit with him. Okay, so I can wish to forget, lose 8 health to remove a card. I don't know what I'd remove. I haven't played Blood Mage in ages. I don't know what I'd want to remove. Blood Mage often has my boss encounters ways in no time. Opposed to say the summoner, that does pretty well. Yeah, I remember struggling with the Blood Mage for the exact same reason. Because it's like, right, every time that you offer, like I don't know, it seems piddly, like very little. You just lose it like 2 to 5 health. But it's like, in order to use the ultimate, it's kind of necessary that you do it a ton, right? Because what is his max ultimate, like 15 or something? Maybe it's 10. So it's like, at that point, you're about half dead to fill your ultimate. But the ultimate is good because it does deal like tons of damage if you put it on the wormy. The legendary cards, some of them are good. It depends. I took Envy, if I remember right, but I have to get a kill 6 times in order for it to upgrade. I haven't gotten a kill yet. Haven't had the opportunity. In this case, it's going to be a random. Well, I believe that's what it's. Or maybe those are just quest cards. I don't know. I could actually go for that, or I could just level. Do I want to level? You know what? Let's get a random legendary card. Let's go random. What do we get? Demon Strength. Oh. Oh, no. Okay, thanks. Well, if I can give it... Okay, we'll try to use it in one of the fights. If I can give it to an ally instead of myself, that would be a lot better. We'll see. We shall see. Alright. Let's go. Blood altar. I don't know who that is. Yeah, Demon Strength did help me with the Sentinel, but honestly, the Sentinel is just too good. Alright, let's see here. We have a Forest Sentinel, Deranged Priest, Protecting Ally, and then we have the Faith Healer, who's just chilling and healing. Honestly, the Blood Abomination might be useful in this situation, because it's being redirected to the guy in the middle there. We could do that. Oh, no. Well, I tested it out on accident. Turns out it gives you the 500% damage. That was a misclick, so, but I'm stuck now. Alright, let's do a Blood Abomination. Let's activate a minion. We'll activate the big guy. I could have activated him, actually. How much is... Oh, I really should have. Okay. It blended in. I thought there was a different number. Let's see here. We definitely want to do a protection. Let's do it on the little buddy. Little buddy. We can grab some armor, which we shall do. Or barrier. Not bad. Yeah, the Blood Mage, as far as I haven't seen a healing card. I'm sure it exists. But yeah, he doesn't really have ways to heal. So he needs to use the healing mixtures in particular and manage those. Reduce damage of all enemies. That's not helpful if I don't want to lose an energy. I don't think I really need to summon anything new. It would just be making me lose health. And yeah, the Spirit Guide, turns out it does not remain between fights with the upgrade. So this is far less useful. Ooh. Ooh. I'm not sure if I want to play any of these cards. I guess, yeah. I don't think I want to play any of these cards, because I don't want to get rid of one. The health isn't really important. They're not really harming me. So I'm just going to be... Oh. Hey, Name Assist. Thanks for dropping by. Hope your day's going to be going well. I'm assuming you're heading off to work? Yep. Staying before work. Yeah. Well, I do appreciate you dropping by, bud. Let's see. I could do a barrier. This is actually working. Well, they're going to be taking a bit of damage. If I make him activate twice, it's not going to push him over the edge. Yeah, the only way is if one of them was completely focused down, which they weren't. Alright. Alright, they're probably going to die after this round. Okay, just end it. Yep. Yeah, the overcharge does deal a ton of damage. The only concern is right. If you're fighting an enemy that has tons of health, you're in a lot of trouble once they poof. Alright, offer 5% of your max health to sacrifice a minion, then summon a Fae. I'm assuming it's a Blood Fae. Yeah, Blood Fae. Huh. Okay, what do we have? Paralysis. Stun a chosen enemy, reduce their armor by 25 until the end of combat. Not too bad for some. Or immobilize. Stun all enemies. Let's do paralysis. Because I am kind of running out of good things I can do with cards. All Blood Abominations are promoted after being summoned. Not bad. After every overcharge, gain an energy. Every overcharge heals all minions to their max. I almost feel like Sigil of the Deep. Overcharges aren't crazy kind. Yeah, so far the Blood Summoner is doing fine. However, I can't guarantee it'll last that way the entire time. Since I haven't played it in so long, I did want to try it again to see if I can find a way to make this work. I think that there probably is a way. But anyway, man, I don't know if I want the Blood Essence. I don't know if I like any of these in particular. Yeah, you're right. When the enemies have a ton of health and you can no longer just blitzkrieg them, it's kind of over. Does the automatic promotion also take 2% health? The automatic promotion is free. It just happens naturally, which is nice. Well, right, so, since they're all blood summons or whatever, like blood phase, that's essentially their advantage. It's just the upfront cost is 2%. And yeah, Soft Exodus, that is the problem. Right, and trying to figure out how to balance it so that you don't like put... I don't know, it is a little bit difficult because it's like, right, once that summon is dead, they do their big attack, but it's like, right, if they didn't deal enough, well, now you're in trouble because, like, right, typically it's like your best abomination is just out now. That's why promoting them once they get summoned is a little bit questionable. The Sigil in the Deep. I'm trying to think of what I would want in a boss fight in the future. Am I going to want to have one energy? Honestly, an energy might not be a bad idea, you know? Actually, yeah. Let's do energy. Because if I do lose a minion, having an extra energy will help me be able to bring him back. Let's do
These
that.
crystals were all...
Let's pray. What do we have here? Sacrifice HP for max HP. Okay. Sacrifice HP to remove a card. Sacrifice HP for 2 weird candles. I am getting a lot of weird candles. Man. Lose 24 health to get 20. I mean, that also increases the cost of the summoning. Enemies. Oh man, I don't know how useful actually this is. I would be at 100. Let me think. Offering is 2%, isn't it? So actually, the offering to get a summon remains the same cost. However, healing at the end of every mission actually increases. So maybe I'll do this. Okay. I hope I remembered that correctly. Yeah, 2%. So this remains at 2, but my runestone is now going to be healing me by 5 as opposed to 4. So, you know, a benefit. I'm kind of low on health now, but I have a healing mixture. Also, the first round should be slightly better. I was planning on extinguishing that. Yeah, then I'll go over there, pop 1. Extinguish. Yeah, fat health pool. That's what I'm going for. Alright, let's see here. This enemy becomes stronger with every hit suffered. What's dangerous is I can't predict it. This enemy will deliver more hits each turn unless it's stunned. I do have a stunning ability now. Or I could just do it now, huh? Okay. Oh, I forgot. Ugh, I forgot to increase the burn level. That was absolutely my fault. Well, I'm going to be drawing 3 less cards. Not a big deal. The demon strength, I'm honestly tempted to just keep consuming this until it's gone because I can't use it. Let's think about this. I probably do want to paralyze, but I also want to do a ritual. Yeah, I don't want him to get stronger. It's going to go into my discard, so I should probably do it now before later. But then I cannot summon. So I can either activate... I guess I could give him extra armor. Doesn't hurt. Let's activate. Maybe I'll save this in case I upgrade and get an attack. Alright. 3 less cards. That was a lot less than I expected. Grab some armor. Could bring in a Blood Fey. Could also wait it out. Hopefully one of them doesn't hit me. Oh, lose 1 health. Okay. This is becoming a little bit of an issue. Alright, let's give myself some barrier. Then we're going to activate him. Alright, so we're good for the round. Alright, so he's going to activate, then he's going to poof. Alright, let's activate him again. So he's going to kill 1 guy, right? Let's double check the overcharge. Deal 1 hit. Yeah, so somebody's just going to get killed. Probably. Then the other one will remain. Could bring in the Bloodworm. I probably will have to then. Well, can I activate him twice somehow? No. Alright, I'll have to bring in another Bloodworm. Because I can't guarantee that they're all gonna die, right? I could take the risk. Let's risk it. Oh. Okay, that actually worked out. Looks like he didn't actually attack me. So I guess that whenever they overcharge, they attack, and then the enemies attack, and then the guy explodes. But anyway. Almost dead. What would be nice is if I had Envy. I was kind of hoping I would have drawn it. But I did not. What does he say? This enemy becomes stronger with every hit. You know what? I could just hunt for the Envy. Ooh, I didn't think about that. I need to play this. I can't let it get discarded. Alright. Alright, well that didn't work out because that means that Envy is no longer able to kill him. I was really hoping that it would, but alas. Alright, well now we just have to hunt for a worm. Come on, wormy. Rough. Still not here. Where's the worm? There you are. Hello. Alright, we're gonna have to bring him in. I have block. Not enough. Alright. I won't kill him. I'm gonna lose 10 health if I don't. Oh, wait. I might be able to do it here. Oh, you use the golem? Yeah, I like to have the worm. Because he just helps with combat at the beginning. Looks like I'm finally going to be able to use Envy. Ugh, first time getting the kill with this guy. Alright, but I played that wrong. I'm probably going to have to end the stream in not too long, guys. Every 2 turns, deal maximum. Well, could do that. That's actually good for the worm. Yeah, because this only helps with the first turn combat. Yeah, I can tell I'm being a little bit less good than usual. So let's talk to the candlestick maker. We might end it in a moment.
It's good to see you. I'm looking for components that could make my candles better. No luck so far, though. Anything I can help you out with in the meantime?
Okay, so I can take it. I haven't actually talked to him out in the weirdness, so I don't remember what passive he gives. Alright, double the duration of all weirdness repelling items. So does that mean... well, let's find out. Does that mean if I pop one, it doubles the duration? Just straight up?
As you walk through the dense clouds of the weirdness,
oh, this thing.
The amulet the Luch gave you lights up. Something wicked emerges out of the dark. It looks and moves like a living mountain, and its enormous abdomen obscures your field of vision. It takes you a moment to realize what you're looking at.
Ooh.
Your eyes are drawn to dozens of limbs stretching out of an enormous belly.
Oh my
Arms
gosh.
gyrating wildly, as if those eaten alive were trying to escape their gruesome fate.
Luke sends his regards.
The monster
It's greeting.
growls.
Stupid lightning sticks.
He takes a step in your direction.
I had to prove he would survive
He
without
starts
it.
caressing his belly, like a pregnant mother trying to comfort her child.
Kill it. I sacrificed myself, weirdness and its infinite power. I absorbed all of my people. Now they're safe.
The monster gets closer and closer.
Some tried to disobey. They tried to escape and find Luke. They were so lost.
He looks you straight in the eyes.
But I absorbed them. Now they obey. Leave us, stranger. Uh-oh. What did he tell me to do? Oh my goodness. This thing just needs to be killed. He can't walk around. He just can't die. Even if I sacrifice myself. Yeah, put him out of his misery. Ew, I don't even want to look at this thing. Alright, I'm gonna have to, let's burn a weird candle. And yeah, looks like the passive makes it that the weird candles completely fill the bar. So that's good. Oh, alright, we're probably gonna complete this and then end it, but I wasn't expecting this. This enemy will raise its damage and armor with every hit it performs. It will also spawn minions. Disgusting. Okay. Okay. Let's think. I want anything else. I don't want to offer 5 health for it though. Alright, I need something else. Even if it's... Oh, I need either the worm or the golem. I didn't draw either of them. Alright. Keep doing this. Alright, worm, that's manageable. Alright, and now we need to get a barrier. That's all. That's just what I gotta do. Alright. Let's use one of these. I'm kind of hurt. Alright. Whew. Yeah, 500 health is gonna be fun. Yeah, I know. Round 1, 9 damage. Okay, reduces the armor by 100% for 2 turns. So I'm gonna have to use this Acid Flask. I mean, I could... Okay, he's not immune to stun, is he? That would be so annoying. Oh my gosh, I should have read this. Gluttony. Attacks all friends and enemies. Every hit inflicted grants 5 armor and 1 damage. It's annoying. Its Cyst. Explodes in 2 turns. Every hit received accelerates the process. Oh man. This is gonna be rough. I guess I could I'm probably gonna need to paralyze him. Alright, let's do it. And then I'll grab some barrier because it lasts and I need it. Okay. Man, now we have a deformed peasant. Okay, stun all enemies for 2 turns or gain 40 barrier. Let's stun them. That would be so preferable. Okay. So now I don't have to worry about getting killed. What is this? Unsure strike. Deal a hit. There's a 40% chance to hit yourself. No way. No way. I can't. Like, it's so little. Can't do that. If I bring in the blood golem, they're stunned, so he's not going to do anything. Can't use envy. I should do an arcane shield then. I'm kind of running out of things I can do. I could do blood transfusion or blood preparation and bring in another worm. Well, actually, I don't know what I would draw. Okay, we're going to use Acid Flask now. Well, maybe. Oh, man, this is hard, dude. Because if I do the Acid Flask, currently it's 50-50 who they're hitting. And what would be a shame is if they focus on the deformed peasant, and I can't make them not. Well, maybe I will do the Unsure Strike then. I'll do it. Ugh, really? Really? Okay, the odds of that were very tiny. Okay, fantastic, lovely. It's all going right. This is what I was planning the whole time. The whole time, this is what I was planning. All right. Yeah, the problem is that it's 50-50 for the Acid Flask to actually be useful at this moment. And if I burn it now, oh man, but he's gonna keep summoning people. Right? Okay, I'll just do it now. I try to get him down. The protection is useless. Let's just end it. Yeah, they're not dealing damage to him like I'm hoping they would. And alright, let's summon. Or not summon, let's ritual. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. That works. That works. I'm a little bit tempted to do blood preparation, try to get another one of these worms in. Falling for the big redirecting once he starts hitting. Yeah, exactly. 10% chance of success equals guaranteed victory. Yes, that's how it should be. Yes, that is exactly how it works. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I might... okay, you know what? I'm going to do blood preparation... Ugh. Should I do it now? I'll wait around. I'll wait around. I can wait around. I can totally wait around. Let's just get some barrier. Let's just chill. It's going so good that I don't need to worry. I might even bring in a Blood Fay because maybe it would be good to upgrade this as fast as possible. Alright. Alright. So he's almost half dead. Oh my gosh. Yes, the Unsure Strike. There's a 40% chance to hit yourself. Yeah, impossible. Never gonna happen. I probably should paralyze him again. I didn't get either of the summons. I was hoping for the Abomination and also the big guy. So I need to hunt for him. Pretty desperately, probably. What does the Blood Fay do? Oh, sorry. The Blood Fay just increases the ultimate every round, and as he levels, he increases it by more. So at level 2, once I end my turn, this will go up to 6. The following turn will go up to 9, and then it'll get maxed out. So this will let me overexert a worm or an abomination, which I don't know which I'm gonna do. Yeah, okay. I do have a lot more energy though, because I did get the perk. Okay, you know what? Blood preparation, abomination, whatever. We'll bring him in. That leaves us with 3. We're gonna paralyze this guy, and then we're just gonna get some barrier. Yes. I'm not gonna do the Unsure Strike. It failed too much. Okay. Okay. He still... The damage is too high. Luckily, I have the Blood Golem. We're not dead. Let's bring it in. Arcane Shield feels right. Because that's 30 barrier I can plop on myself. Maybe I will. Yep, the golem died. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so they're going to be stunned for 2 rounds again. We're going to do that, bring in the Bloodworm. So he's not going to be as useful. I'm going to be saving this for when the Bloodworm has leveled up enough. I could even promote him to get this done faster. But we might actually be okay, because he's gone for 2 rounds. Alright, let's activate a minion. We'll activate you. Pretty close to killing that guy. he came in. Okay. Man, now he needs to be killed, huh? What are the odds of this failing again? Okay, I won't do it. Yeah, I should. Why not? I'll be fine because I have all this barrier. I can't really buy too much. Oh my gosh! I failed again. Yeah, Faye should double. Yeah. Faye increases the ultimate charges so fast. It does feel like I should wait for this once he's dead, but I don't know if that's even going to happen because he keeps on summoning them. I could do it for the Blood Abomination to just kill the deformed peasant, though, which is an interesting idea. Actually, no, he's going to kill him, and then the following round I'll use it on the Bloodworm. That's what I'll do. Okay, it's going to work this time. Oh my gosh, what was that, 5 times in a row? Let's end the round. Well, we're obviously ahead, and everything's going to plan. Perfect. Kill him. Whew. And perfection. Oh wow! Absolutely, all planned, all calculated.
After the battle, to your surprise, the monster doesn't die. Somehow he just vanishes within the weirdness. Then you notice a ray of light streaming up from the ground. Investigating, you find a beautifully ornamented pin. It clearly belonged to someone quite wealthy. There's a chance that the candle maker will know something about it.
Ooh, we did it. Oh my goodness. Look at us. This is going actually somehow I don't know how that happened, but okay. We're alive. You know what, let's do one more fight because I feel high after that one. After the extraordinary success with the gambling strike. I don't know what the odds of that were, but I still have over half my health. So, okay. What do I want to do? I don't want to do blood preparation. I could just do a paralysis because these guys are just healing and stuff. Yeah, let's just. But he is harming them. Yeah, if I can give myself barrier, that's probably the way to go because he's gonna be hitting his allies. Let's activate. Let's just end it from there. I could bring in a blood fay though. Do I need to? Is it worth 2 health? It's always the question, isn't it? 1, 2. No. And thank you, Clockwork. I know. Clearly a master at this game. Exceptional, really. Yes. Let's activate. Give myself some more barrier. Reduce damage of all enemies by 75%. That's not happening. I want him to do well. I support my enemies. Okay. Blood Golem is free. I could bring in the Blood Worm. Okay, I'll bring in the Blood Golem. Ugh, I hate taking damage. Alright. I could also bring in the Blood Worm, make this easy on me. Because I think they're healing too much. Yeah, let's do it. Give you some armor. There you go, buddy. He did get hurt. Alright, let's do a ritual. Let's activate this kid. Felt good. Alright, let's grab that and just end it. Should be over. No, it is not over. Alright, he'll be able to handle it then. Now he'll be... Perfect. Alright. Another level up. Another throwing knife. Lovely. I'll put the... oh, wait, I already have Concentrate Oil. Is there anything I'm missing in here? No. Nothing. Alright. Let's have something... Yes, let's end on a high note. Battle enchantments. What's this? At the end of each turn, the minion gains 10 barrier. Okay. I mean, that's okay. Alright. Cycle of life and death. Offer 5% of your max health, which is 5, to sacrifice a minion. Summon a random minion of... Wait. Oh. I thought you were just resummoning the same minion. I mean, I think that's a terrible... I mean, I couldn't do... That's, like, way too risky. Because it's, like, especially when it's like, oh, man, I need a golem right now. So I take 5 damage and I bring in a Fae. What's Life Breather? Activate 1 minion 2 times and then sacrifice. I overexert as is. I don't like any of these. I might re-roll. Yeah, I don't like any of them either, Kid Childs. The only one that I would consider would be Life Breather. But I overexert, so that... And overexerting is kind of better, or it would be equal. It's not worth the card. I'm going to re-roll. Yeah, I think that the first one is probably the only one that I would even play. But, man, what would I do? I mean, I would obviously put it on the golem. Man. I'm going to re-roll, though. I'm going to re-roll. We'll gamble. What do we have? Well, it's 2 new ones. We got Synergy, offer 5%, offer 5 health, to invoke Blood Fae and Bloodworm. That's a good one, I think. Deprivation. I mean, I wish it was obviously a Bloodworm. Blood Golem, but... Alright, Deprivation Bane. Reduce the max health of an enemy by 20%. Huh. I like them both. I mean, in that last fight, that would have been really nice. That last fight, that would have been really nice. Oh, man. Especially in the finale. Oh. But it does say does not deal damage. So I do wonder if that means that you're going to need to like draw it at the beginning for it to have any value, or if this is a percentage thing. You know what? I don't know how many of you know what I'm talking about in terms of percentage thing. I bet that the max HP thing just cuts enemies. Yeah, that's true. It would probably do that. But it's like I'm thinking that like if an enemy is 100 health, then if I deal 20 damage to him, does it just mean that he now has 80 of 80? Because if that's the case, it's really useless. But if it's instead that his health is lowered by 20 and the percentage of his health is lowered by 20%, that'd be better. But it says it does not deal damage. Like, I have played games where that is a calculation too, but I doubt that's what... Yeah, it probably is just about healing. Okay, I'm probably going to do Synergy. His Deprivation Bane is too risky for being useless. But I guess it is just cost 0. I'm probably going to take Synergy. Yeah, I'm assuming it would be 80 of 80. Right. Yeah. Well, I forget what game it was. There was one game I played recently. The calculation was a little bit confusing. So it was like it kind of took damage, but it was very little. Yeah, let's just do Synergy. Synergy. Because I have been hunting a lot lately with the summons, and I haven't been getting them when I need them. So one more summon card. Oh, that'll be nice. Hello, Seeking Traveler.
This is a familiar face. You've met him before, but something has changed since then. He sits on a stone with slumped shoulders, and his head droops over a fading weird candle.
You again. Begone. Don't tempt me to resume my search. I haven't found them. There's nothing but madness around us. I'm too tired to go on.
All right, you need to proceed with your journey.
You tell him about your meeting with the witch. He looks at you with desperation and confusion on his face. Then, although you don't know why, you hear your voice changing.
I'm here, and I see you, friend.
It's the witch speaking through you.
What? What's going on?
I know what you've been looking for. I know that you didn't find it. And I know that it's lost forever.
By the way, Soft Exodus, yeah, well, right, it is the same narrator in Fall of Avalon, and I'm pretty sure that every single, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure every single Awakened Realms game has her as the narrator, because I've played other games from Awakened Realms, like board games, right? It's always her, every single time. So maybe she's on Awakened Realms staff, so she's just in all of their stuff. But yeah.
The man buries his face in his hands.
Yeah, I really like her too.
They're gone. You're alone now. But that doesn't mean that you have to be lonely forever.
He gazes up at you as if you must be his savior. You have no idea what's happening, much less what to say. You can muster only a few paltry platitudes, sounding a bit like,
you'll definitely find someone else. At least you're alive. Maybe that's how it was meant to be. I don't know. You'll find someone else.
even though you realize that these words wouldn't comfort anyone in ordinary circumstances, the man does seem a little bit happier. Suddenly, he begins disintegrating into a cloud of weirdness.
The bottle.
Before the witch's voice stops ringing in your ears, you realize you've already taken out the empty bottle she gave you.
Oh, yeah.
You've been wandering through the weirdness so long that it doesn't even surprise you when the cloud of smoke flows into the bottle.
Now get back to me.
All right. Okay, I'm back as you wanted. And yeah, she does have a... I have kind of thought about it. I mean, I love Lord of the Rings. If I was to make some kind of a... If I was to hire somebody for a Lord of the Rings audiobook, I would choose her as Galadriel. I think that she just has such an ethereal voice. She can do so well. Anyways, I'm back as you wanted.
Yes, I can see that you're back. And I'm delighted to be sure that you're actually real. But we'll get back to that. Now let's get back to the poor soul trapped in that vessel.
She gently takes the artifact out of your hands and chants something over it. You can feel the weirdness becoming thicker. Then you hear a voice. It doesn't belong to a human.
Easy. Don't be afraid. Come over. I promised you wouldn't be lonely anymore.
Her voice is gentle. It's as if she's trying not to scare something away.
Here, you won't find what you're looking for. But I found you a new home. A new master.
You hear something running towards you.
Here, meet your new friend.
The wolf stops by your feet and demands cuddles.
So, this man was a wolf? He might well have been a wolf way back in the past. Then when he got lost, or lost what was dearest to him, he became a purpose. And this purpose was given a different shape by the witness. And now that he's found a new family, he's finally back to a more suitable self. Congratulations. You saved a soul.
Yes.
But this is my time to leave. Find me again and we'll talk about visiting the village. You see? I remembered.
She has a wolf? Oh my goodness. I mean, I believe you. I mean, I'm sure that some wolves can be trained quite. All right, farewell. Whew, by the way, I mean, they kind of mentioned it, but I now do have a wolf. Is he in here? I think I have to go. Maybe it mentioned it and I missed it, but I have to go back to Connacht, and then I can summon the wolf whenever I want, and he's by my side as yet another ally. But I'm gonna be ending it, guys, this stream. I feel like I'm struggling to focus as much because it's getting kind of late, and I don't want to make a big mistake and ruin it for my blood mage. But yeah, there's Wolfie. There's Wolfie right there. Little guy. Pet Woolsey. Woolsey. Great guy. But I know that he's there, but I don't see him in the deck. Unless I missed them. Maybe I did. Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, it's been a long time. I had thought... Oh, he is available straight away? Yeah, I had thought that he shows up on in the deck in neutral cards, but I guess I was wrong. It's been a long time. But anyways, I am going to be ending it here, though, guys. I appreciate everyone staying and sticking with me and all. Good old Pet Woolsey. By the way, can you see the like mini picture that he has of him running? That is so cute. It's like, oh, you pet him, I think. There you go. He wags his little tail. So cute. Adorable. Pet Woolsey. Yep. Alright. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Get some rest. Well, thank you so much, Clockwork. I do appreciate you always being here on these streams. You're really awesome. And yeah, he is. I know, Pet Woolsey is really adorable. Alright. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to head out and I'm going to be getting some rest. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. From what I was reading about wolves, you shouldn't pet them on top of the head for some reason. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming it's some kind of a... Well, luckily, our character doesn't do that. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's some kind of a dominance thing. Feeling like, hey, you can't do that to me. I'm not a pet. But yeah, good night, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm probably going to be streaming either every day or every other day. We're just going to play it by ear and go from there. But yeah, thank you all so much. Appreciate you. Hope you guys have a great night. And I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the day after that. But yeah, see you later, everyone.